Talking true crime with MJ. Cases on the screen, yeah, we mainstay. Breaking down facts, every frame way. City in a voice, every word blade. They throw dirt, plot in a group chat, smile in her face. Same ones who do that. Think she soft cause she cute, let them think that. Till they see how she move and they fall back. Men locked and can't miss one show. Refresh page when the upload go. Women watch too, tryna study her glow. Some take notes, other ones throw stones. Combos with MJ, tap and stay live. Hit like hit share, yeah, help her rise. They hate, they plot, but she built from fire. Click sub on a page if you feel that vibe. Hey. Combos with MJ, true cut like steel. Stream run deep, cause the pain's so real. They talk, but they can't break will. So like and subscribe if you know that feel. You count climb, that's the proof right there. Can't dim shine when the grind is rare. Self-made queen in a swivel back chair. Whole new world in a ring like Blair. She stack funds, every post, every ad. Turning dark stories to a big brown bag. Knows the law, knows rights, never move sad. If you cross lines, then it's up, that's bad. Men obsessed, blowing up her DMs. I love you, marry me, she just skims. Women envy, wanna walk in her Timbs, but she stay or never trade for them. Convos with MJ, tap and stay live. Hit like hit share, yeah, help her rise. They hate, they plot, but she built from fire. Click sub on a page if you feel that vibe. Convos with MJ, true cut like steel. Stream run deep, cause the pain's so real. They talk, but they can't break will. So like and subscribe if you know that feel. All that gossip, all that noise. Can't shake poise, can't steal voice. Can't stay clean, mind stay sharp. Heart stay strong in the deepest dark. Convos with MJ, tap and stay live. Hit like hit share, yeah, help her rise. They hate, they plot, but she built from fire. Click sub on a page if you feel that vibe. Convos with MJ, true cut like steel. Stream run deep, cause the pain's so real. They talk, but they can't break will. So like and subscribe, let the fam all build.
What up, party people? I am back. Good folks of the algorithm. How you doing? It is your girl, MJ. I know I've been away for 2 weeks. Y'all gonna have to excuse me. I had to celebrate my birthday. It was a beautiful celebration. I enjoyed myself all the way to the fullest, and I had to do it up, because this was a special birthday, right? Not because I'm also closer to 50, but also because it is the first birthday that I would not be able to celebrate with my mom, only in spirit. So I really wanted to, take some time away and have a good time and actually surround myself with, real dear loved ones and friends and stuff like that. So I had a ball, and shout out to all my Aries out there, Aries gang. I hope that y'all are having a great Aries season as well. I definitely hope you're having a great Aries season. And, it has to be the Aries energy because I've been wearing a lot of red lately. I wore red on my birthday. I'm wearing red today. It is what it is, but all the planets is in Aries right now. This is definitely Aries season. So we giving it up. Our energy is out there going crazy. But I do hope everything is well with everyone. Shout out to all of y'all. I hope y'all weekend has been going the way that you want to. I hope you had a great week last week. And I do hope that you have a great week coming up. Now I want to say hello to my day ones who always come in and gave birthday shouts as well on my community posts. I always appreciate you all. Shout out to Miss Joanne. Miss Joanne, it's so good to see you. My sis for Canada. Shout out to you. Happy Sunday. I hope everything's going well with you. And King Kamikaze, it's so good to see you, bro. Shout out to you. Thank you for stopping in. Truly appreciate you. And I hope everything's going well with you and your family. Truly appreciate you. Then we have Brucey. Shout out to Brucey. It's so good to see you, darling. So good to see you. Thank you so much for all you do and your friendship and your support. And I hope you're having a great Sunday too, sir. Hope you're having a great Sunday. All right, let's see who else we have. We have young Riaz. What up, my little bro from the UK? Shout out to you. Shout out to you. I hope everything is well with you. I hope everything's going good this Sunday for you. Shout out to you. And who else do we have? I know I seen them. Ricardo, how are you, Ricardo? It's so good to see you. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Happy Sunday. Thank you for the birthday wishes and happy belated birthday to you. Shout out to you. I hope you're having a great, great Sunday. Shout out to my Aries brother going on over there. Shout out to you. And Miss Sweetheart, it's so good to see you, darling. Shout out to you. Hope everything's going well with you and the fam. I hope you're having a great Sunday today. Thank you for coming by. I truly appreciate you. Truly, truly appreciate you. All right. So, guys, I do have 3 new cases for you. Make sure you're just hitting the like button for me if you're just stopping in to say hi or, share this out. You can hit the down button too, but I do prefer a like button. It definitely helps the channel, keep it in the algorithm. And please share this out to anyone who likes these immersive conversations. We go over current cases, new cases, old cases, you name it. All right. We do it here. So if anyone likes this type of commentary, please let them buzz in and let them, view the channel. If they like it, they stay. And if they don't, it is what it is, right? We all here to have a good time. So the first case that I have for you good folks is, I wanted to look at this. It's about and shout out to the video essayist channels that I'm using. I'm using Red Tree Crime, I think Red Thread Interrogation, and Stay Awake. So shout out to them. Those are normally the ones I like to use their videos. They're easier to explain and they're easier to dissect as well. So shout out to them. I always pay homage to them and for them allowing me to use some of their content to discuss, okay? This case is called about Jasmine. So there's a woman named Jasmine, and Jasmine is realizing that she's never going home. We get a little hint of body cam footage of the incident that occurred. I think it happened at a gas station, but it seemed very interesting to me, and I wanted to review it. So let me go ahead and pull this up, and we can look at it together, okay? Let me share my screen. All right, I hope you guys can see this, and here we go.
This was the scene at a Speedway gas station back in 2022 when a man was shot and killed while he was seated in his vehicle.
It took out going that way.
What did it look like?
Yeah, he went up going towards that way.
In a car or on foot?
Say what now?
In a car or on foot?
It was in a car. It was in a car.
What color was the car?
It was a dark colored car. Hold on. I'm talking to the police.
Like a sedan or like maybe an SUV, do you know?
It was like a sedan.
Okay.
A sedan.
Witnesses claim that a blue Jeep drove up to the victim's car and a black male exited out of the passenger side. The male would shoot the victim, get back into the Jeep, and leave. The victim's brother, who was in the gas station when he heard the gunshots, realizes his brother has been killed, and it would take several officers to keep him under control.
Hey,
The shooting would lead to multiple interrogations, including a female named Jasmine Jones, who witnesses claimed was driving the getaway vehicle.
Because that's exactly what you're doing. And you know what? You're going to go to prison for the rest of your life. You are never going to see your children outside of a prison gate. Never. Never.
Have you wrapped her head around that?
I don't think she has. She thinks that she's innocent because she didn't pull the trigger.
After interviewing witnesses and checking the footage recorded by surveillance cameras on the gas station, police concluded that Jasmine Jones drove her boyfriend Faison White to the gas station where he would shoot and kill the victim. The police quickly found both Jasmine and Faison and brought them in for interrogation. They begin with Jasmine. Detectives need to get as much information from her before confronting her boyfriend.
We're making money, y'all.
You know, dancing and stuff like that.
All right, so obviously we can pretty much tell what happened. It was an ambush. They ambushed this guy. obviously it is premeditated because they knew where he was going to be at. They specifically got out the vehicle, shot him at the gas station, and drove off. So this wasn't just like, oh, I was just shooting in the spare of the moment. We didn't see any altercation happen between him and the guy prior to the shooting. So it was premeditated. My thing is, why are people, especially women, are continuing to get themselves in this type of situation? You have to understand now, if you have never understood it before, just because you do not shoot the weapon, that doesn't mean that you're not accountable for anything that happened, especially if you assisted, right? Being the driver for a getaway, for a shooting, for a homicide, you are just as much as the reason why this person is no longer here. But for some particular reason, some people still do it thinking that they have an alibi. They have an alibi saying, since I didn't actually pull the trigger, if I do get time, it shouldn't necessarily be the same exact time as the person who actually did the deed. But when they start to put all the information and evidence together, you tend to realize that there was prior conversations that you had that you agreed to be a driver. Unless they find out that this person randomly just called you, you didn't know that this person was going to commit a crime, and then they asked you to come pick them up because they were in need. What person who's in a family or a dear friend wouldn't go help a dear friend or family in need, right? That's just normal, natural things that people do. So unless you have that evidence, you're not going to be getting out of this, right? Like, they're going to understand that you knew that he wanted you to drive him to the gas station. You knew that he was going to do whatever, and that you also participated in helping him get away. You didn't call the police. You didn't fight him. You didn't say, get out my car. So this is what happens. But let's see what she has to say, right? Let's see how this is going to break down. I mean, they do have enough evidence on her where they can definitely charge her and she's going to get booked. But they're probably trying to find the boyfriend now. The boyfriend is probably MIA. They're probably trying to get the weapon. So they need a little bit more details than what they was able to pick up from the crime scene. But here we go.
Like that?
I did.
I know, you gotta make some money.
Barely.
Yeah.
That does not make somebody because they did.
The multiple videos you're sending out to dudes, man, if my daughter does that, I'd lose my mind. Whew, I'd lose my mind. Jeez, oh Pete.
Okay.
You want to explain what happened the night of the 7th? We start with the argument you had. I want you to tell us what happened, like from you, not from what people saw. Mm-hmm. Like an argument happened. Mm-hmm. What
was the argument about?
Explain what the argument was.
And who was the argument with?
I was standing by the front door. Mm-hmm. Real quick, am I allowed to ask y'all if y'all seen these cameras?
Yes, we've seen them.
Okay, so I was standing by the front door minding my business, and somebody approaches me and says, can I talk to you? And I'm like, who are you? And they said, can I talk to you? And I'm like, who are you? I'm here with my boyfriend. He said, that's not your boyfriend. I said, this is my boyfriend. And he was like, no, it's not. He said, that's not your baby daddy. Still yelling, and I think a crowd of people came out like, Jazz, you good, you good, you good. So I'm like, bro, I don't even know who the f*** this is yelling at me. I don't even know what the f*** is going on up here. They like, just come back inside, just come back inside. And I think at one point, somebody's arguing with me from the parking lot. Mm-hmm. Like yelling at me. And I'm like, bro, I'm yelling back. Like, I don't even f***ing know you. Like, and then I think I had went back in the bar and had like another shot. I think I went back in there with my friend and had another shot. Mm-hmm. And then I think she was saying, like, come on, we can just go. Let's just leave here if you're uncomfortable or whatever the case.
Who else did you talk to while you were there during this argument?
I think I called a lot of people. I ended up calling,
Did you call Faison?
So again, this is what makes it criminal, right? Because even if the guy, let's say he was trying to approach you, he was trying to holler at you, guys do that, okay? And sometimes it can be very annoying, especially if they become off a little bit more aggressive, if you told them no and you're not interested. But the fact is that you're going back and forth with him, which you have already admitted with yourself. You left out the bar because it was a commotion. So you separated at one point, and then you decided to go back inside the bar with your friend to have another drink. So from there, as a detective, I'm going to look at it as you went back to the problem. You went back to the incident, and you wasn't fearing your safety. It wasn't about you being uncomfortable. In fact, you was enraged. You was mad that, he tried to holler at you. He didn't take no for an answer. Then he's screaming at you or whatever. You was mad about the commotion. And then you was also seemed like you was kind of mad that you felt that why do you have to leave the bar when he's the one who started it? While I can understand that, my thing is that she seems old enough that she knows that with situations like that, is it really worth it going back to that bar? You can't go to another bar to get another drink. Your night don't have to be ruined, right? Your night does not have to end because of this commotion, right? Especially if he didn't put his hands on you. So now we're going to get to the point where the detective is going to ask, did you call your boyfriend? But it's funny because when she was telling the detective, she said that her boyfriend was already there, and I guess her boyfriend left, and the guy approached her once her boyfriend left and said, is that your boyfriend? So he was already questioning whether that was your boyfriend. You said, yeah. You said that he didn't believe you. So at one point, did you call him to come back? And did you call him to come back to talk to this man, or did you call him to come back for your protection or to get you home? This is what the detectives needs to figure out and find out. Hey, Turkey, how are you, darling? It's good to see you. Good to see you. How are you? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. But let's go on. Let's hear what else they have to say.
Of course, but that was my boyfriend, y'all. Remember somebody approaching me from behind when I was at the gate and started yelling at me, and I said, who the f*** are you?
Yeah.
Who the f*** are you now? And
this was a different person?
This is a whole different person.
Jasmine explains that while she was at the bar with a friend, a male approached her and aggressively tried to get her attention. Jasmine would begin yelling at him to leave her alone. Security would remove the male from the bar, but then his brother approached Jasmine and began arguing with her as well. When everything calmed down, she called her boyfriend Faison White and told him what had happened. She then left the bar in her Jeep to go pick him up. This was the same Jeep that was seen fleeing the scene of the crime.
We know you were driving a rental, okay? And the reason why we're asking you questions that we already know, that you should probably know why we're doing this, is to show your honesty.
And we believe that you're being serious about being a rental. But obviously, you're not wanting to say what the make and model is, right, because you know that we know what the make and model is. Even though you did not pull the trigger, you are still charged and face the same exact penalty as Faison, who did pull the trigger. Even though you did not pull the trigger, you are still facing life in prison. But because you did not pull the trigger, you have the opportunity to be a witness and to receive some type of sentencing consideration.
Depending on your cooperation.
Detectives are not allowed to make promises in exchange for confessions. In this case, the detective said she could receive leniency and not she will receive leniency.
So ultimately, the whole scope of things, you are facing a minimum of 15 years to life in prison.
No matter what.
Not no matter what. Not no matter what. So the prosecutor's office can give you consideration to where they can amend the charge to a lesser, to change it to a different charge, to lessen the charge that has a different penalty. We know that you left. You went and picked him up. We know that what you were driving.
The detective pulls out a screenshot from a surveillance camera showing that Jasmine is the driver of the getaway vehicle. The pictures aren't very clear, but the police were able to find the same clothing she was wearing in the pictures at her home after executing a search warrant.
That right there, that is you. And
so the reason why they're taking this approach, they're taking more of a just direct approach with her. They're not sugarcoating it. They're not even trying to like rub on her ego or anything. They're pretty much just letting her know, listen, we have enough evidence to incriminate you and you can do a very good amount of time. Now, if you help us and you're a witness to your boyfriend actually committing the murder, so if he gets, the proper time, maybe the judge, possibly the judge might, work something out where they can lower how much time you get, but there's no guarantee. Remember, cops cannot these cops, especially interrogation cops, they cannot guarantee anything from you. Nothing, right? The prosecutor has to be able to come up and say, listen, if you do this, this is the deal, right? But they're not allowed to do that. They're only allowed to gather the information. So anytime if you're in an interrogation with these folks and someone offers or said that they can get you lower time, wherever not, then they're lying. Hopefully that is recorded. You can kind of like use that against them because they're trying to coerce you to sign up for something or admit to something that you necessarily didn't do, right? Due to pressure or letting you know what type of sentence you will go, where you might go, you not being able to see your kids, all these things that can create distress in you that can be used against them. But they perfectly stated that this may happen, this could happen. There's no guarantee. So the coast is clear with these folks. So they want to see if she will act as a witness against her boyfriend if her self-preservation starts to kick in and she's worrying about doing the same time as her boyfriend, even though she knows that she didn't shoot. This is what they're trying to do. Let's see. King Kamikaze said, know the moment when you know you're screwed. Yeah. Absolutely.
The white halter top bodysuit thing that we recovered when we did the search warrant in the blue Jeep. This is when he just got out of your Jeep and you are right next to Speedway, right there. That is you.
Oh, there too.
Yep, there you are. We know that he's involved in this entire thing as well. He's the one that gave up the location. Again, you're not the trigger puller. Faison is. Faison gave up enough in his interview, and he can testify against you.
Because we've heard, since he's got out of prison, he's kind of went like Grand Theft Auto off the chain. Is that accurate?
Did you know he was going to shoot and kill him that night? He's crazy.
Why?
Yeah.
Did you know?
Why did it happen?
What you were doing? Like, did you know why you were taking him there? Like, we know it happened.
Do I know why I got into an argument at the bar? I don't even know who I was arguing with at the bar.
Okay. Do you know why?
And you can ask witnesses that too.
Okay. We're not saying that you
absolutely.
did or did not know him at the time.
Yeah,
what we're getting at is, did you know that Faison was going to go kill him when you drove?
It's fabrication. They're not allowed to lie.
You are in this argument, and you are screaming in the parking lot of Showcase saying, I'm going to have Faison kill you. I'm using Faison. You didn't use those words. And then you FaceTime, and you turn the FaceTime around, and so he can see who it is. Are you denying that you didn't do that?
And your friend says, he's about that life. He's going to pull up. Like,
so what I wanted to state on what PGF said, he said that they are allowed to lie to her. It's not really considered lying. It's considered fabrication. They just can't promise anything. So, for example, they just said that they spoke to her boyfriend, the alleged shooter, and he talked against her, pretty much making it seem like she called him and sent him to go over there and do that. That could be true, and that cannot be true. They probably haven't even talked to him yet. And according to the video essayists, they haven't spoken to him yet. They said they wanted to speak to her first to see if she's going to be willing to be a witness against him, right? So they can make sure that the charges stick. So in that would be a fabrication, them saying that they necessarily did something, but they really didn't do it yet. Just to figure out where your mindset is. Are you going to take the opportunity to take whatever opening they're giving you that makes you believe that you're in a better position? But clearly, she's more involved than she tried to let on. She tried to say that her boyfriend is crazy. So here's my thing. If your boyfriend is crazy and you're teary-eyed now, why did you call your boyfriend to the incident? You could have left with your girlfriend when y'all first left the bar after the guy bothering you. In fact, you didn't do that. You walked right back into the bar where the guy was to get another shot. in the process, you're now calling your boyfriend and you're telling him, hey, this guy is doing this and I'm going to get him to get you and all the stuff like that. So with the FaceTime alone, eyewitnesses at the bar, her stating that her boyfriend was going to come in and kill this dude, and then seeing her being the getaway driver and driving him there to the gas station, meaning that they probably followed the dude after he left the bar to see where he was going to stop at, clearly lets you know that you were somewhat of the mastermind and you're not just no innocent getaway driver. So, all right, let's go on.
It's time to just get in front of this. Own up. Like, tell us what actually was supposed to happen. Like, were you taking him there to fight him? Were you taking him there to shoot him? Were you taking him there to kill him? Like, these are all questions that people are going to have. And they're going to have to go by this and this.
Mm-hmm.
The detectives need to get Jasmine to admit that she drove Faison to the gas station to meet the male that she claims harassed her at the bar, and she did so knowing Faison would kill him.
Like, because we don't know unless it's coming out of your mouth. We weren't there. You were there.
This is all we had to go off of. We know the potential motive. We got two potential motives: over money, over some type of, we've heard anywhere from drug money to a B&B scam to the fact that you got hit in the face while you're on FaceTime with Faison. So,
listen, you have a lot to live for.
You have two kids?
To live for. You have two kids.
Do you want them to see you with glass in between you?
Like, what happened? What happened? The least you can do is clear this up. What happened?
We are at a point now because you are under arrest and already indicted, okay? There's no more grand jury. Grand jury's already done. It happened yesterday. But when it comes to the camera stuff, you're kind of screwed, okay? The phone stuff, kind of screwed. The only way to become unscrewed in this case is to lay it all out there and agree to testify against him.
I did commit a murder.
You're right. You did not shoot him.
The law in Ohio, you did. And you can't change that.
You are complicit to it.
So I'm complicit to murder. Which means that
You're charged with murder.
like, but you keep trying to say like I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. I keep telling y'all, y'all see the cameras, y'all apparently hear what was being said. I don't even know these people.
That has nothing to do with the events, the chain of events.
I don't care if you know him or not.
That means nothing to us, honestly.
Answer the question. Did you know he was going to kill him when he got out of the Jeep? Your lack of answer means yes. What did you think was going to happen? I want you to.
This is when it comes very disturbing, because now it's like, in hindsight, you're like, this wasn't a good idea. But when you're mad and you're angry and you're in a fit of rage and you can't control your emotions, it seemed like a great idea to just shoot this guy. Like, I would understand if that guy put his hands on you, right? If he put his hands on you or he was wailing out on you, the type of videos that we see now about, you know, women and men putting hands on each other while they're supposed to be going out having a night of fun, is absurd, right? It's insane how people don't have control of themselves, right? But this didn't happen. Even with the little snippets of inside the bar, she's over there, she's being loud, she's being obnoxious. Yes, she's intoxicated. It is what it is. But there, he wasn't in her face. I didn't see no guy necessarily in her face. I didn't see nobody like looking like they were hovering over her, they were about to punch her or anything. And she had the opportunity to leave, which she stated herself in the beginning. Her friend took her out of the bar and said, hey, let's go. You said no. Let me go back inside the bar and have another shot. In that process, you went to go call your boyfriend. He drove over. You took the driver's seat and drove him after you watched when the guy left the bar and went to the gas station, and y'all ran up on him. And for what? For what? I mean, yes, I understand. I don't like people cursing at me and all that stuff either, but still, him cursing at you is completely different than him putting his hands on you. You can live to see another day. I guarantee you in 2026 and beyond, being called out your name or being called a bitch or whatever on the sun might happen more than once. It's just what it is, and this is just how men are giving it up today. So, you can live to see another day. Live to see another day. Let's see. King Kamikaze said, yo, she's trying so hard to stay calm, but she's panicking. Yeah, she is. I've been paying attention to her mannerism. She's really scared, and obviously she realized her boyfriend being crazy, that wasn't going to cut it because she's just as crazy, right? If you really dissect the whole situation, she was nuck if you buck. She was ready to go throw down just off of words, right? Just off of words. Miss J, it's good to see you. Good to see you. Que lo que, mami? Que lo que? Que lo que? Good to see you. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Blake said, them detectives working hard as they're about to make her confess. Yeah, she's going to eventually confess. Absolutely. 100%. She's going to have to confess. But they got to make it really, they have to really point it out to her that if you really dissect the story, you was the main mastermind as into why now someone no longer has their life. You had plenty of opportunities for the altercation to have stopped, and you would never see that man ever again. But instead, you decided to keep on antagonizing the situation, and then you involved your boyfriend into this situation. He wasn't even at the bar. Your boyfriend went to another bar, I guess, to hang out with his boys, and you was at this bar with your girl having a girls' night. You involved him in it. You made him drive over there, and then y'all both drove together like Bonnie and Clyde to do a shooting. You're going to have to face the consequences for that. But let's go on.
I answered that specific question. What did you think was going to happen when you pulled into the adjacent parking lot to Speedway on Northam Boulevard and Faison got out of the Jeep and walked over to Speedway? What did you believe was going to happen?
You knew it was going to happen, didn't you? You knew.
The detectives try for almost an hour to get Jasmine to tell them what she believed Faison's intentions were when he got out of the vehicle. Jasmine realizes that it's a trick question and that any answer will show that she was the driver of the vehicle. The detective has finally had enough of Jasmine's games, and he lets her know the cold hard truth.
I don't feel comfortable with this question.
The reason you don't feel comfortable with these questions is because they implicate you. Because you're admitting. You're admitting whether or not, I know why you won't answer the question as if whether or not you knew what he was going to do when he got out of the car. Because whether you say yes or no, it admits that you're present. And you don't want to admit that you're present. That's why you won't admit that you were driving that blue Jeep. You're just saying, I was driving around, and you won't give the make or model. We know this. You're not the first person to play these games with us. Because that's exactly what you're doing. And you know what? You're going to go to prison for the rest of your life. You are never going to see your children outside of a prison gate. Never. Never. Your mother is going to raise your children. Life in prison. And you know what could happen? Faison could take a deal, and you take this to trial, and then you are going to lose your trial, and you're going to go to prison for the rest of your life, and Faison, who actually did the murder, is going to be out way before you. And you're not even the trigger puller.
Have you wrapped your head around that?
I don't think she has. She thinks that she's innocent because she didn't pull the trigger. You don't get it. This is hilarious, actually. The person who could get the deal, the person who shouldn't be in prison the rest of her life is the one who's going to end up in prison the rest of her life.
Y'all are saying like I shouldn't get the deal, but y'all are not even, what deal? What are we doing?
At this point, it's like, take it to trial. Good luck. I can tell you right now, you're going to need a ton of it. A ton of luck. Because we've got, again, more on you, and we've got a lot on Faison, Nothing. He's down in the Justice Center right now. We have more on you. More.
Jasmine would be charged in connection with the case. Meanwhile, her boyfriend Faison was sitting in another interrogation room, waiting for his turn to be interviewed.
Is it cold?
You want me to see if I can get you a blanket or something? Okay.
So do you have any idea why you're here? No idea at all? But Jasmine went out that Friday, the 6th, into the 7th, that Saturday. She got into an argument with somebody. Do you recall that argument?
No.
So she called you and talked to you that night multiple times.
So basically, just want you to know what we're investigating. We're investigating the murder of Michael Jones, okay?
Okay.
Michael Jones and Malik Jones got into a heated argument with Jasmine. Heated argument, they get kicked out of the bar, and she's screaming threats while she's on FaceTime with you. I'm like, baby daddy kill you. About an hour and a half later, he is shot and killed. Do you recall any of that?
No, sir. You do recall it. You know exactly what happened. No, I know what happened.
I don't know why they continue to do this, right? Because they're acting like there's not camera evidence. They can see who came out the vehicle, and it was you. Just like how they was able to spot that Jasmine was the driver. And his body language already tells that, he was going to lie and he was not going to be forthcoming about this. He was already having his head down, which shows guilt, as a form of guilt and shame. But of course he's going to say no, because nobody's going to really come in there and say, yeah, I did it. They're not going to do that. So yeah, he's going to say no. But at this point, he haven't seen them necessarily give him a deal. They tried to give the deal or tried to make Jasmine feel that if she takes the route of being a witness to confirm that her boyfriend did it, that she will be doing something that is of benefit of her in her case in this situation. Now they have to move the same situation with him since it didn't work with her. Let's see if he's going to throw her under the bus. We shall see. We shall definitely see, won't we? We definitely will. I'm going to go ahead and let this play a little bit because my food came and I got to eat a little bit something. I'm so hungry.
The entire murder is caught on video. Jasmine, driving the blue Jeep, is seen leaving Showcase. We got her picking you up, her dropping you off in the adjacent parking lot, and you walking over. Not only video, we have overwhelming cell phone location data from your phone, the one that you had at the time of the murder through Verizon. Like for instance, we know about every once, maybe sometimes 2 times a week, we know you go to Georgetown, Kentucky, and sometimes Frankfort, Kentucky, to pick up your fentanyl. We know it, and we don't give 2 shits about that. We don't care about the drugs, I don't care what you're doing, okay? And just so you know, Jasmine is also in custody right now as well, and she's being interviewed. She's facing the same murder charge that you're facing right now. Just so you know, in case you haven't been told, you were under arrest for murder right now, okay?
Once again, we have a suspect being told they are being charged with murder, yet they show no signs of concern or emotion.
It's not a matter of if, you did it. It's tell us why. Like, what caused you to do this? Did he make threats to Jasmine? Were you trying to protect her? Like, what brought you there?
I'm sorry, you guys, because I didn't harm anybody. Nobody picked me up in no Jeep. Nobody took me to no bars. And so, I really don't know what to tell you guys. I really appreciate you guys letting me use the bathroom too. But I didn't harm none of them. I didn't go out and go nowhere to no clubs or no bars and get into it with nobody.
Well, Jasmine says different.
I'm sorry, I don't know what nobody says, but I'm telling you what I did.
Okay. This is your chance to get in front of it, man.
It's nothing for me to get in front of.
There's a lot for you to get in front of. I'm telling you, if you're gonna stick to this, it's not gonna work, and it's not gonna look good. It's not a good look, especially in front of a jury or in front of a judge or however you decide to do it. Not a good look. You need to come out in front of this.
Because Jasmine, she's charged with murder, but she's not the one who shot him. Word on the street is ever since he got out of prison for the last person he killed, you've kind of broken bad. It's like Grand Theft Auto type shit. Not only are you under arrest, you've actually already been indicted.
Faison would be...
Wait, hold on. So he did this before? This is not the first time that he did this? He took somebody else's life? Like, I don't understand that. This is the issue with career criminals, right? Why would you do that again? You just got out. You did time, so obviously you know what that means. You're a bad criminal. You got caught and you had to do the time. Now you're going to do it again? I don't know what makes you correlate that you are successful in doing these crimes if excuse my French, Miss Joanne, if your ass keep on going to jail, that should be a good, clear sign that you're not cut out for this. I don't understand it. I really don't. I don't know why. But, hey, this is how they want to live their life. So he think that they're not going to throw the book at him. They're going to throw the book at him. The prosecutor's going to make sure that he don't even see the light of day anymore, if they possibly can. Because he didn't learn nothing from the last time. This is ridiculous. Ugh.
Charged with felony murder, aggravated assault, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. He too would be booked into county jail. Investigators had one more person to speak with, and that was the brother of the victim, who had been shot and killed.
Where were you guys at?
It was at Showcase.
Mm-hmm.
We was doing, we do that before I end up getting to it. Some girl.
What's her name?
I ended up finding her name was Jasmine.
So was Jasmine, what was the beef over? Like, what were you guys arguing over?
Well, I can't even remember. I was intoxicated, to be honest with you. I just see her on the phone. I don't know who she called.
And from my findings, you do know who her baby daddy is. And listen, man. Again, like I'm sitting here with you to try to bring justice for your brother.
For sure, I'm trying to help you the best way I can.
And I need you to be completely honest with me. All right, what was she driving that night?
She was driving a Jeep.
All right, so you guys were at Showcase. You guys got into a verbal disagreement, and security kicked you guys out, right? Is that what happened?
For sure.
Okay, and from there you went to Shell gas station, where Jasmine followed you in a
Somebody
Jeep?
followed me in a Jeep.
Somebody. Who's Jasmine with?
Tent too dark. I couldn't see nobody.
What about in the bar?
That shit happened so fast, bro. You got to go back and check them cameras. I don't know who she was with.
The victim's brother appears to be very hesitant to say the names of the people following him and his brother in a Jeep. He either couldn't see them clearly, or he is worried he will be able to snitch.
So somebody followed you in a Jeep. You don't know if it was Jasmine.
For sure.
Yeah, he's definitely being evasive, and he's doing that because he doesn't want to be considered a snitch around the community, right? That he went in there crying, all the stuff like that, and here you are supposed to be some tough guy, and you live by quote unquote street codes, but as soon as something happened, now all of a sudden you singing like a canary. You could definitely tell, and maybe he kind of know who Jasmine and this Faison guy is. Maybe he knows them from the area, you know, or maybe he have heard of him, or maybe people have made him aware the past couple of days that, you know, these people take out vendettas, right? They'll attack the family, they'll attack your family, they'll attack you, you know, if they have to. that could have been a possibility. That would be the only reason why I wouldn't think that he would give as much information as possible. If this is your actual blood brother who is now no longer here, y'all was supposed to go out and have a good time, and now you have to bury your brother. Like, that's insane. Truly insane.
The windows was cracked. I seen a female hair, but other than that, I really couldn't see if anybody else was in the car.
No, and Shell, were you like in getting some, or were you getting gas, or like what?
I just pulled in there. I just pulled in there.
And then what did the Jeep do?
I pulled in there.
And then what happened?
My brother told me that somebody was following me, and I zoomed out.
All right.
I just want justice for my brother.
Well, me too.
My brother ain't supposed to be dead.
No. So you don't think you were the intended target?
I wish it was me. My brother don't deserve it.
I get that. I totally get that. But I'm asking you a straight up question. Do you think you were the intended target?
I wish it was me, bro.
Is everything on the table?
Everything on the table.
This has got to be solved. This is not a theft report. This is a homicide, man.
Nah, for sure. My brother got killed.
For nothing.
For sure.
For nothing. You got killed for nothing.
In the end, both Jasmine and Faison would be charged in connection with the murder, and both would be found guilty. Both received life in prison, but Jasmine has a possibility of parole. What are your thoughts on this case? Should Jasmine be allowed to have parole? Please share your thoughts in the comments below.
Do I believe Jasmine have a right to parole? I don't know. I'm fickle about that. They both got life in prison, but do I really believe that she has the right to, seek for a parole after a certain amount of time? So she probably did get the 15 years to life in prison sentence. I think, yeah. And the only reason why I'm saying yeah, and then I also say no, is I say yeah because she actually really didn't commit the crime. However, I do believe that she was the mastermind and she was the instigator for this to escalate to the point where this guy loses his life, knowing that your quote unquote baby daddy is a monster, pretty much an animal, and he loses his control, and all he wants to do is have the opportunity to go bloodthirst and take out his weapon and harm someone. So knowing all that information, and you pretty much gave him all the ammunition that he needed to go out there and do that, that's why I would say no, but nonetheless, rest in peace to the young man who lost his life. He shouldn't have lost his life. And rest in peace to his family. My condolences to that. And it's sad because she's a mom. So now here we go. We got children, once again, losing parents. And if that's your baby father, then they lost both their parents at the same damn time, which is stupid and foolish. It's just the stupidest thing. I just can never understand it. I really can't. All right, guys. So we're going to go ahead to the next show, the next video. Please go ahead and hit the like button for me. I truly appreciate it. It helps the channel. And hit the down button. Still helps the channel. Share this out to anyone who likes this type of commentary. And if you have any cases that you would like to see on this channel, go ahead and put it in the comment section at the end of the live stream. I heart all my comments, guys. I really do. And I truly appreciate them. So shout out to that. So the next case that I have for you good folks is about a loving mom. So a loving mom can't believe her son is a killer. I wanted to look at this because it's interesting. I'm a boy mom myself, and it is a certain type of way us boy moms, act towards our sons, right? We really do. We really don't believe or want to believe that our sons would do horrible things, right? And then sometimes in these cases, we see sometimes these moms be helping their sons, right? Like, look, he did the crime. I'm ride or dying for my son. If I'm going to do anybody else, I'm going to ride or die for my son. So I thought this was very interesting to see what took place. And let me go ahead and pull this up and then we can get into it. Okay. I hope you guys can see my screen. And here we go.
What you're about to see is the moment a loving mother is pulled over by the police. What she doesn't know is that just a few hours earlier, her vehicle was used to carry out a gruesome murder.
Driver, show us your hand! Step out of the car! Show us your hand! Show us your hands! Who else is in the car with you? Just you? Can you step back here for me?
I was trying to get my lottery. Why are you guys kissing the gun?
There's gonna be some officers here to talk to you in just a second, okay?
No, why you guys pulled the gun on me is bull.
Ma'am, you're gonna stay here,
I
okay?
didn't do anything wrong.
Melissa, can I come talk to you over here real quick? Melissa, you are in a horrible spot right now because your son has put you in the middle of a big mess. All right?
What are you looking for in my car?
I'm just looking, ma'am.
You know what? Open the doors. You can look all through my car. I don't have anything. It's just my work stuff. You know what? I'm going to open the doors and you
Hey, Melissa.
It's really irritating the hell out of me.
Melissa.
Because if you're going to look in my car, I'll open the doors. You can look in through my whole car.
Would you mind keeping talking to me while he's just looking around? And I'm not even saying that he's going to go in your car, but you're okay if he does?
I don't have anything in there for him to, yeah.
Exactly.
Oh,
That looks like vomit.
see this right here? Right under the phone.
What is it? Oh, the blood?
Yep.
There's blood in the front seat, so she got this car from him somehow. You know what? I'm not going to answer any more of your questions because you guys
Unfortunately, you can't get back in your car right now. All right? So you can stay here and talk with me if you'd like.
Ma'am, are you injured at all?
Why would I be injured?
What? It just looks like there's some blood in the center console. Just making sure you don't need any medical attention or anything like that.
Where is there blood in the car? I know, I just want to look at it. I'm not going to.
Right by the phone.
By my phone?
Whatever, whoever phone that is in the middle.
That's my phone. Oh, that might be my lipstick.
Our concerns that
My
it's...
lipstick. I don't think it's blood. I know it's not blood.
Mom Dukes is writing out for her son. She gonna say that it's my lipstick. Ma'am, you don't even have on red lipstick. You have no red lipstick on. How do red lipstick get in your car? Really? Really, ma'am? And then it's vomit in the car. So that means that somebody was in there who was sick, throwing up, intoxicated. The crazy thing is she knows that she let her son borrow the car. Now, I don't know if she went to go take the car to go get it clean before the cops, came in, approached her. But somebody saw your vehicle that committed a crime. And this is why you got stopped. You didn't get stopped for no reason. This wasn't a random pulling over, right? Oh, man. So we'll see. We'll see. Get more into it. At this point, I want to know why her son did whatever he did. I want to get to that point. I want to know of the story. Because obviously all I could just tell is I see a mom who, she's not really concerned about what they're trying to ask her or what type of answers they're trying to get from her in regards of the vehicle or anything. She doesn't really seem to to care that much about it. Like even if I was pulled over and I was like, hey, I need to ask you some whereabouts. Did you have this car or your vehicle? You get somebody? Oh yeah, but why? What happened? Da, da, da. I would ask those type of questions. She's not even asking those type of questions. She's like, why are you bothering me? I'm getting annoyed. Why are you looking in the vehicle? I have nothing to hide. So it lets me know that she kind of understands why they're even questioning her. But let's go on.
I don't know that it's not blood.
Okay.
Step over here and talk with me, okay? I'm gonna let you know what's going on.
You can't tell my car. I got to go to work.
You'll find out if you let me talk to you. Let's go back over here so you can...
No, I need to get my work stuff out of there. For my car, I need to get my purse. I don't know what you are out here. I honestly don't. I really swear to God, I don't have any idea. I don't. I'm telling you the honest truth.
All right. Taylor is dead. All right? And we need to find Jeff before he does something.
Taylor's
he was there.
Dead?
Yes. We're not out here for some little thing.
You're lying.
I'm not lying.
Oh my gosh, are you serious? Taylor's dead?
The victim, 28-year-old Taylor Dragovich, was attacked at exactly 5:38 p.m. that same day.
It looks like she's been stabbed like 5 times. No pulse when I got here.
Someone want to help her with the stretcher? 1, 2, 3, up. Oh. This way, this way, this way. Go, go, go.
There we go.
Someone's on the backside.
The attack was overheard by her twin brother Morgan and her mom Cindy, who detailed the incident to the first responders.
All right, what did you see? What did you see?
No way is happening right now. She's my twin sister.
What's her name?
Taylor Dragovich. So we just came back from the movie theater.
Okay, all three of you?
Yeah, and
okay.
She was about to drive home, and all of a sudden we heard her screaming.
Okay.
We thought it was the neighbors downstairs. But we came down, and Mom saw her like this.
Okay. You didn't see anybody?
No.
You just heard her screaming?
All we saw was there was a car, a gray car, and it spun down, this way. And then and then they took off.
Okay.
Come on, Taylor, hang in there.
Does she have a boyfriend?
Yes, she has a previous boyfriend.
Okay, what's his name? What's his name?
Jeff.
Jeff what?
Jeff Kucharski.
Jeff Kucharski is Taylor's abusive, alcoholic ex-boyfriend. When the two broke up 3 months earlier, Jeff snapped and made several threats to do something drastic. Concerned for her safety, Taylor filed a restraining order against him.
Does he have a vehicle?
Yes, he drives. Black Chevy.
Yes.
Since Morgan and Cindy saw a gray SUV on the scene and Jeff drove a black Chevy Cruze, officers were unable to immediately link him to the crime. However, it was still possible that Jeff borrowed somebody else's car to carry out this attack. But before investigators focused on Jeff as their main suspect, they needed to rule out Cindy and Morgan first.
Would you mind if we just search through your partner and make sure nothing happened in there? Okay.
Yeah, of course.
And she never made it inside?
No.
Okay.
The search is complete. Nothing. We just found out that the daughter does not have a room here.
A few officers stayed inside with Cindy and Morgan to...
This is really sad. If you really think about it, the whole thing in totality is very sad. So you have a young woman with her life ahead of her, got shot down because an ex-boyfriend that she ended up breaking up with for 3 months was upset about it, and pretty much he wanted to inflict harm on her because of them breaking up for whatever the reason is. And it seemed that he stalked her out because she was out, went to the movies with her family. I don't know if they took different vehicles or maybe she took her own vehicle because she went to go do something else. But while going into the home and they thought that she was coming behind him, he literally ambushed her and he stabbed her multiple times. And she didn't survive. She didn't survive her wounds, and that's a horrible thing. I can hear the emotions in her twin brother's voice, you know what I'm saying? Like he's like out of it, he seemed a little bit more, hysterical than the mom. I don't think that it's really hitting her right now that her daughter, is not here anymore, But the fact of the matter is like, why was he still coming around the house? She had an order of protection. He decided to violate the order of protection. This is what people got to understand with these order of protection PPOs, right? Order of protection and PPOs, they work against individuals who still have a conscience. And I'm putting that very lightly because most people are those type of people who you would have to get a order of protection against. They're off their rockets, right? But some of them still have some conscience where they don't want to get in trouble, or they do have something of value that they don't want to lose, so they will follow the PPO. But when you're dealing with someone who's like, F it all, I don't care, like I don't give a damn, it's whatever, I'm gonna do whatever I want, blah blah blah, who don't have no care in the world, no conscience, a PPO ain't gonna do nothing for you. At that point, when you're dealing with that type of person with that type of mindset or psyche, that PPO is just a piece of paper, right? It's just a piece of paper. So you're going to have to be actively protecting yourself, actively watching your back, actively, doing your own surveillance, making sure everything is right, making sure that people are not, giving out your information, making sure that they're not linking up with people so they can get extra information about you, because that's what some of that stalking situation is, right? Not only do they go out and research and do that and get that information to try to find your whereabouts, where you've been at, who you with, and all the stuff like that. They also link up with people that you might have had mutual friendship or connections with. And if they don't know the situation that happened with you because you're more a private person, they will be like, oh yeah, this person and so is at this bar, that bar, this store, this whatever, they went to this state for this weekend. They'll just give out that information because they think it's harmless. If they think it's harmless information and they don't know what's really going on. So we just have to keep that in mind, that a PPO, when you're really dealing with a sick psychotic fuck who gives two shits about the laws of the land and what society holds up, that piece of paper ain't gonna do nothing for you. But let's go on.
Ask them some questions. Meanwhile, in the parking lot, the lead investigator was brought up to speed.
Nobody saw what the hell went down. Not once. So I'm just going to go take a look here.
Based on the trail of blood leading into the passenger side of Taylor's car, it appeared that she had locked herself inside the vehicle after being stabbed in the face, head, and hand. Once the attacker fled the scene, Taylor exited the vehicle, losing one of her shoes in the process. She then fell to the ground behind the car, where she was found when first responders arrived. With a potential killer still at large, the officers formed a game plan to track down their suspect.
They believe who witnessed the person leaving was in a gray SUV. Yeah. So we need to get on flock and start checking.
While the investigators split up to hunt down any surveillance footage they could find, Cindy and Morgan were telling the officers everything they knew about Jeff.
I'm just trying to put everything together. Yeah. So what I'm getting is, it sounds like she doesn't want to be with him and he's getting all crazy about it. I just want to make sure we covered everything and we can put all the pieces together.
I saw him on video trying to keep my date straight. It was like 2 weeks ago he showed up at her work and he spent the night in jail. I think it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
He got out in the morning. They have the video.
Cindy is talking about one of the many times that Jeff tried to contact Taylor after the restraining order was put in place. The first violation was on May 9th, 2023, when Taylor saw Jeff sneaking around outside of her workplace.
She froze. She panicked. She didn't know what to do. She just got out of there.
Later that night, home security cameras also caught Jeff outside of Taylor's house.
There are prints on one of the windows where it looks like someone wiped it to look through. Very, very, very scary. She was terrified. I was just trying to keep it together for her. Someone needed to be strong.
The next day, on May 10th, Jeff was arrested and charged for stalking Taylor. However, his family immediately posted his bail, and on the morning of May 11th, he walked free. About 20 hours later, at 4:30 a.m. on May 12th, he was already back outside of her house. When he realized that he had been seen, he ran away at full throttle. Taylor's coworker, who was with her throughout all of this, immediately called 911, but they never received an update from the authorities. Now, just 8 days later, Taylor was barely clinging to life after being brutally stabbed. When the officers with Kalamazoo Public Safety learned about Jeff's history with the sheriff's office, they reached out to them and asked if they would assist with the investigation. The sheriff's office agreed to help and obtained a search warrant for Jeff's apartment.
Kalamazoo Police search warrant. Anyone inside 3B, come to the front door, please. Kalamazoo Police search warrant for apartment 3B. Anyone inside, call on now.
Police department, search warrant. Police department, search warrant.
Call now.
Clear. Police search warrant. Clear.
He's not here.
We do have a telephone number for him. Not sure if we want to start looking.
Dispatch began tracking Jeff's phone number to see if they could pinpoint his location, then informed the officers back at Cindy's that they were struggling to find Jeff.
Is there anywhere else he would go? Do you have a good address for his parents or names?
Lisa and Mike, his sister lives there too.
What's his sister's name, ma'am?
Jasmine.
Jasmine.
Deputies immediately ran with this lead and headed to the Kucharski residence in the neighboring town of Lawton. Jeffrey's mom, Melissa Kucharski, from the beginning of this video, answered the door.
Hi, I'm looking for Jeff. Is he around?
Why are you looking for my Jeff?
Kalamazoo wants to talk to him about something. They asked a couple of us to come out here and try and find him. Is he home?
He's not even here. No.
Okay. Do you know where he stays at?
He has his apartment.
Alrighty. Okay. I appreciate it. Thank you. He's not here.
With all of their leads exhausted for now, they set up a stakeout to keep an eye on the Kucharski residence. Then, at about 7 p.m., Taylor succumbed to her stab wounds while undergoing emergency surgery. She was then pronounced dead. Also around this time, the investigators reviewing the surveillance footage near the crime scene discovered a gray GMC SUV fleeing the area just minutes after the stabbing. When they ran the plates, they learned that this SUV belonged to Jeff's mother, Melissa. An hour later, at 8 p.m., one of the deputies staking out the Kucharski.
And see, it's something like that that makes it kind of like so problematic, because that means your son was at your house. He was at your house and he borrowed your car. And if you really look at it, it's like, you know, your son is so concerned and so worried about what he's going on emotionally and everything like that. He doesn't even care to incriminate his own mom. He knew he did a crime. He knew he wanted to use her vehicle instead of his vehicle because the neighbors, as well as his ex-girlfriend's mom and brother, can identify him once again that he's back on the property. So you use your mom's vehicle. You see what I'm saying? Like, where is the concern for, I don't want to incriminate my mom. My mom didn't do anything. You know, even if I'm going to go out there and do something stupid, why would I want someone who has always loved me, who has always showed support to me, why would I want to harm them and put them in this type of situation? It doesn't matter, right? Because it's all about what he wants, right? Very highly selfish individual, very highly selfish individual. And prayers to that young girl. Like, you would think that it should be normal for relationships to end and people still have their lives, but it's starting to become less normal these days. Like, you can't even get married these days and not lose your life or potentially lose your life. And mind you, this is not me just only stating it on the female side. I'm also stating this on the male side too, right? You can't even just get in a relationship with a female now and not end up potentially losing your life. Like, these are the things now in society that both genders have to deal with. That there is not a lot of well individuals out here. There's a lot of people who's in a lot of pain, emotionally confused. They can't get in control of their feelings. They're spiraling out of control, and they're venting and taking all their frustration and anger out on the opposite person. The people that they quote unquote say that they love is the ones who tend to be harmed the most by these individuals, not random strangers, and definitely not the people who's making their life worse for them. They seem to never get harmed. It's always the ones who's on the opposite side of the totem pole, right? It's sad. It's just really, really sad. I'm so sad that happened to that girl. I really am. So sad. But it's like I said, it does seem very alarming that the mom kind of knew something happened. I think that the second time when the cops caught her when she was driving the vehicle, at that point she knew what her son did. I think the body cam footage that we just saw when they approached her at the house, she had no idea. But when the car came back, he told her. He had to tell her. He said, "Hey, mom, listen, I'm about to hit the road. I'm about to be out. I don't need you calling me. I threw away my phone. I'll explain it later to you. It has something to do with the ex, and don't get carried away. I'll explain everything that happened," right? And in her mind, she's like, "Okay, my son. Oh my God, my son. Is he in trouble?" So she automatically went to, defending him. Hey, let me go clean this vehicle. Like, let me act like I don't know what's going on. Let's go on.
The household saw that same gray SUV back out of the garage. They quietly followed for a few miles before pulling the vehicle over, bringing us right back to the traffic stop at the beginning of this video.
Driver, show your hand! Who else is in the car with you?
Why you guys pulled the gun on me is bull.
Ma'am, you're gonna stay here,
I didn't
okay?
do anything wrong.
While Melissa might not have done anything wrong, the officers were confident that Jeff had fled the crime scene in her vehicle, which she was now driving. Hoping she could provide them with information about Jeff's whereabouts, they told her to stay put until a detective could speak with her.
This is Mom. This is Melissa.
Okay. And car's empty, I'm guessing.
Car's empty.
She say anything about where he is?
She's just pissed off that we're harassing her.
Okay.
We think that he took off in this car from the scene. So obviously, if she's got it, she had some kind of communication with him.
You still have eyes on that house?
I don't think so. I can go slide back there.
If we could get some more eyes on the house, we'll talk to real quick. Hi, ma'am.
Why did I get a gun from them?
I understand. So
No, they both pulled
I'm
the gun
sure
on
you're.
me.
I'm sure you're very worried and frustrated about everything that's gone on.
I have no
The
idea
reason,
what's going on.
Allow me to explain everything, okay? We need to talk to Jeff. Jeff and Taylor got into it, and we got to talk to him right away.
They got into it.
Yes.
How did he go to see her or something?
Yes. Do you know, is he back at your place?
No.
Do you know where he's at?
No.
Melissa, can I come talk to you over here real quick? I know that Jeff was in that vehicle within the last couple of hours. And I know that that vehicle made it back to your place and left. And we need to get a hold of him because we are concerned for his safety.
I don't know how to get a hold of Jeffrey. What are you looking for in my car?
See this right here? Right under the phone. What is it? Oh, the blood? Yep.
Inside the car, there appeared to be blood smeared on the center console, on a miniature trash can sitting in the cup holder, and in the front seat.
There's blood in the front seat, so she got this car from him somehow.
You know what? I'm not going to answer any more of your questions because you guys
Unfortunately, you can't get back in your car right now.
Where's there blood in the car? Oh, that might be my lipstick.
Our concern's that
Might be
it's.
my lipstick. I don't think it's blood. I know it's not blood.
I don't know that it's not blood.
Okay.
Step over here and talk with me, okay? I'm gonna let you know what's going on.
Melissa?
What?
Do you think we're out here for a PPO violation?
I don't know what you are out here. I honestly don't. I really swear to God, I don't have any idea. I don't. I'm telling you the honest truth.
All right. Taylor is dead. All right? And we need to find Jeff before he does something. Oh, he was there.
Dead?
Yes. We're not out here for some little thing.
You're lying.
I'm not lying.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
You know what's so bad? Because she doesn't even sound convincing that she's shocked. She doesn't. She doesn't even sound convincing at all. She's like, Taylor's dead? Like, you know Taylor's dead. You know Taylor's dead. You know something happened to her. She doesn't even seem shocked at all. Like I said, her initial reaction to them was already aggressive and standoffish. She even showed the body language of being standoffish and not being forthcoming with any with any evidence or information that she might know, right? And in fact, she was more aggravated that they was even questioning her. They stopped her. She was making excuses saying, oh, I think that's lipstick, red lipstick. You don't even have red lipstick on, right? Then why is there this quote unquote red lipstick on the seat, where red lipstick on the dash of the car? Like, really, what was you doing? But anyway, yeah, she knew what was going on. But again, this is her son. And obviously she's the type of woman that, she's going to go into mother mode first, and then we'll deal with everything else later on, and not deal with it in hand that, your son committed a crime. You are well aware that your son had a order of protection against him from his ex-girlfriend due to him not leaving her alone, stalking her, showing up at her house uninvited. You knew that. So it's like you understood that your son is having a hard time accepting that this relationship is over. You were supposed to, do a little bit more to help him, stay on the right track. And even though now you think you're helping him, you're really not helping him. You're trying to, how can I put it? You're trying to let him get away with taking somebody else's child. And that's one thing that I think parents have to realize in situations when other people's children take another set of parents' children's lives. If that was your child, you would be distraught. You would want questions. You would want vengeance, right? You would want justice. So if you believe in those things, you have to believe in those things all the way out. And you cannot let your biases and the emotional connection that you have with your friends, your family, and everything go against your integrity, which it seems to be something that we're going to have to deal with for the rest of our lives. Just human, right? As human nature, we're going to have to continue to teach ourselves and condition ourselves that if we're going to have integrity, we have to stand by integrity. And that integrity is going to involve everyone in our life. We are not going to give special treatments and biases due to wrongdoings. Other things, we can talk about it. But due to wrongdoings that we said that we morally feel conflicted about, we have to stand on it. Shouldn't matter if it's your son or not. But let's go on.
Think about everything that's happened in the last hour. At this point, we know that Jeff is involved and he was at your house. When was the last time you saw Jeff?
I saw Jeff a couple days ago.
Jeff is putting you into the point where you could be an accessory after the fact of murder. Do you understand that?
I don't know anything. I don't know anything. Oh my gosh, I can't believe Taylor's dead.
We will find him. We will arrest him for this. Do you also want to share a cell with him?
Please just don't talk to me, okay?
Melissa's car and phone were seized, and she was finally allowed to leave. But since she was stuck in the middle of nowhere without a car, the deputies offered to transport her wherever she needed to go.
If you can get her wherever is most convenient for her.
I could drop you at a hotel if you don't got family. Are you comfortable with one of the hotels? I guess so. Okay. Before we get in the car, before they really get rolling on that thing, is Jeff going to pop out behind the door and try to stab one of us? No.
While this conversation took place, dispatch managed to ping Jeff's phone to Melissa's house. Officers quickly headed to the home and surrounded it, and were now demanding whoever was inside to evacuate.
Please come to the front door with your hands in the air.
Within minutes, Jeff's sister Jasmine and her boyfriend Zach exited the residence.
Jasmine? Jeff, who's with you, Zach? Jeff, keep walking out. Come with me. There we go. You're gonna get patted down. Okay, you get patted down.
Can you just put your hands on top of the truck hood? Zach, right? Okay.
After making sure that they didn't have any weapons on them, one of the detectives pulled Jasmine to the side to speak with her first.
Jeff and Taylor kind of got into it earlier today. Have you talked to him or seen him today?
Well, he called to be like,
You'll go.
That was when you last talked to him?
I think so, yeah.
Just for my peace of mind, would you mind showing me your phone, like the text messages and call logs, just so I can say he hasn't texted or called her since 3 or whatever? What's he listed under?
Yeah.
Is this you on this side?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe, yeah.
So is it he said cops are here at 6:53. You said 20 minutes out. Lawyer, is this you talking to him?
Yeah, I guess.
He said call mom, tell her to tell them to leave. You don't remember that?
I don't know. Yes, I don't know. He was, oh my God. Now that you mention, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I guess he panics all the time about the cops and I write it off.
How come you told him to get a lawyer?
Because if she said he broke PPO and he didn't, or he did, then he's going to go back to jail. And if he goes back to jail for 3 months, he's just going to...
Is Jeff inside the house?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. We've been gone all day.
All right, give me just a minute. I'll be right back, okay?
Just when they were ready to move forward with the search, Jeff's dad showed up.
Hi, Michael. I know your wife reached out to you at some point. Have you talked to Jeff at all tonight?
No.
You know when the
I mean, I'll give you one thing. This family is with the shits. I'll tell you that much. This family with the shits. They are, I don't know, to death. Even though they have messages stating, oh, you need to call the lawyer and 30 minutes, tell the cops to leave. So like I said, mom knew from the get-go when he came and he gave her back the vehicle. She had already known what was going on, and it seemed that everybody else was playing into it. I'll give them that. They with the shits. But let's see if that's going to help them or if that's going to affect them, right? Because if it seemed like they were, they were trying to hide him and whatever, not, they can, they can be held accountable as a, accessory to a crime, right? And if you even like the girl, like if you even like the girl, you had nothing against the girl Taylor, then you should feel bad that that happened to her. You should feel bad that your son, your brother, your friend, would do something like that to this woman. You should be feeling ashamed. But hey.
Last time you would have spoke to him was?
That would be April.
Do you guys have any weapons in the house or anything like that?
I do have my dad's gun. It's a 22.
We can go up to the side and come across.
Yep. Are you ready? Kalamazoo Police. Anyone inside, come to the front door. Jeff, come to the front door. Guessing this is the garage. Yep. Kalamazoo Police, search warrant. Anyone inside, call out now.
Come on, Jeff, call out, buddy.
Kalamazoo Police, anyone in the garage, call out now.
All right.
Clear.
After clearing the entire residence, it seemed that Jeff wasn't there after all. But then, one of the detectives noticed something.
Is that insulation? Is there a scuttle? Look up.
Yeah.
There's a scuttle?
Yeah.
Do you see this? The insulation over here?
Yep.
A hole in the ceiling had clearly been disturbed, so the detectives wondered if Jeff had crawled up there. They couldn't just climb up there head first and risk being attacked, so their drone operator used a camera on a selfie stick to scope things out first.
Jeff, can you call out, please? Come on out.
You got any more height on it, man?
Yeah, there he is. Yeah, he's up there. He's got a knife.
Hey, Jeff, what's that in your mouth? Oh, vape? Okay. Jeff, I want you to drop that knife, okay, bud? Can you put the knife down?
I'm down.
I can tell you right now, I wholeheartedly will let you talk to your dad and your sister if you want to come down right now. Okay? I'd really like it for your safety, for my partner's safety and eyes. Could we just have you come on down with me right now? We're kind of not going to do the whole more time thing, okay?
After a few more minutes, it was clear that Jeff wasn't budging, so a group of deputies moved forward with tearing down the garage ceiling.
Jeff, put the knife down. Listen to me. Listen to me. Drop the knife. Put the knife down, okay? Put the knife down. We care about you. We don't want anything to happen to you. All these gentlemen are doing is helping you get access down.
However, it wasn't long before Jeff made a hole of his own.
Jeff. Hey, Jeff.
Jeff, we got a hole, so come on down in that hole right there if you can.
They continued cutting holes in the ceiling until the entire attic was exposed, and Jeff had nowhere to hide. However, he still didn't want to come down. With no real progress being made, the deputies decided to get into the attic with Jeff and talk to him face to face.
Okay, you see me, bud? What is going on down here is them wanting to see that you're okay. All right? I want you to drop your knife down to the floor over there by those guys. If you just put the knife down, I'll walk over to you and we'll help you get down out of here.
We can move this ladder to any of these holes. Okay? Whatever's easiest.
Okay. Have a shot?
No. We're not even.
Have a shot.
We're not even. Okay, I'm not even pointing at you. Okay?
Could you just set it down for a second and see what happens, and then we can just keep talking? Thank you very much, Jeff. Could you do me one more thing? Could you just take your hand and maybe put it on the 2x4 so that you're just not holding it? You're going to shoot.
No one even has a gun out.
We're not doing that. Okay?
Gun's in my holster.
I'm standing here and I'm closer to you because I want you to be able to see that I'm not trying to play games with you, okay? I'm not trying to trick you. I want you to talk to us.
Why can't you guys just...
We don't want to do that. And we're not going to do that.
Just put the knife down. Okay?
No. No.
I know we're talking in circles, but why can't you guys just...
Get him from under power. Keep him under power. Got him.
Boy, they sure did do a lot for this boy. This young man done stabbed up a young girl You have the whole Lyman ass family lied and said that he wasn't there. The whole time he's up in the ceiling, and they literally breaking down the whole ceiling, trying to talk to him, coerce him, really trying to go on his level. And I was wondering when they was going to pull out the taser, at this point, because he wanted to speak to his dad and his sister as in some way that they were going to help him in this situation. He still felt that dad had pulled and the sister had pulled to try to get him out of the trouble that he was getting in. I'm just amazed as to how much they have done, to get this to get him taken care of and handled. Because I have seen in other situations it don't play out like that. It doesn't play out like that at all. I have seen people literally get shot down, right? Kill shot, things of that sort. So yeah, they really did not want to harm him. They really didn't want to harm him. And I am going to take into consideration his age too, right? But then again, we do see younger individuals, same age as him and even younger, wasn't given that much grace. But let's go on.
Knives out, knives out. Knife down, knife down.
Hey, all right.
You're good.
Let's get him up before he goes through.
Okay.
With Jeff finally in custody, the hard part now was getting him out of there smoothly. Jeff was a bit wobbly after being tased, so he ended up falling through the ceiling again.
Oh. Yep. Watch the drywall there, guys. That's gross. Come on, stand up. Stand up, Jeff. Jeff, come on. That's okay. Guys, can you help?
Coming down.
Legs?
We can't. If we raise, she comes, we can try to catch
Okay.
it.
I think Belt and I can probably assist in a lowering here to help with the legs. Go ahead, Jeff. You go ahead. Go ahead, buddy.
Yep, I got him. Got him. You're good. You're coming down. You ready? Yep. Okay. Yeah. Bring him around back.
While Jeff was being put in cuffs, the officers in the attic couldn't help but celebrate.
That was awesome. Thank you.
Jeff was taken to the back of a police cruiser, and although he was removed from the attic against his will, the officers held up their end of the bargain.
Hey, brother, I'm going to have your sister come back so you can talk to her. You okay with that?
Yeah.
You want to do that?
Sure.
Okay.
Hey.
Stop.
No.
I don't know. I don't know. I love you still.
I love you too.
I don't know. I don't know anything.
Yeah. Me either.
I don't know what you want to say to me, but they let me talk to you.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess just pay my bond, my bail. Call some lawyers.
Well, you're genuinely insane, so it might be right on that.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to get rocking.
How do you get lawyers?
Jeff, I'm so glad you're sitting here talking to me. Oh my gosh, man. You have no idea.
Yeah.
The officers were being especially nice to Jeff in order to gain his trust and ultimately elicit a confession. He was transported to the Kalamazoo Public Safety Headquarters to be interviewed by the detectives.
Well, Jeff, we obviously brought you down here so we could sit down like men. This is an opportunity for you to give us your side of the story about what happened here today.
Jeff told the officers about his day leading up to the standoff in the attic, but he didn't mention Taylor or his mom's vehicle at all.
What car did you drive when you drove to your parents' house today? What car was that you brought there?
I used that.
Tell you the truth, guys, I'm really actually very surprised. The fact is that they kind of understand and kind of know that Jeff was the one who took Taylor's life. They had to go through that whole stunt of trying to get him down. He had a weapon. You had to convince him to put the knife down. So for him having armed and dangerous to being detained, it's very surprising to have him in the interrogation room with two interrogators and him not in different clothing than what he's in now, or him even being like chained to the table at this point, right? Like, I'm kind of surprised about that. I really am. But I am understanding why, because they just want a confession at this point. A confession would actually like seal the deal. then they can understand whether or not if he has mental issues. Was he starting to have mental issues due to the last time he was arrested, or he violated the PPO? Is that the reason what sparked him to do this? They're gonna go and try to dissect him. Obviously, he's going to get some form of counseling, just to see his mental capacity, to see if he's even well aware of what's going on. But yeah, they are treating him quite different than I expected. But hey,
Jasmine's car, the one that was in the driveway. Yeah. Is there any chance that maybe you were in your mom's car? No. Are you sure? Mm-hmm. You think who was in your mom's car today then? My mom? Yeah. She had to run some errands. Well, would it surprise you if I told you that that car was in Kalamazoo this afternoon? Your mom's was? Yeah, she's probably in Kalamazoo. But she said she wasn't in Kalamazoo. Mm-hmm. We've been working since this evening, since this incident happened, but and we can track exactly where you've been. We know that you didn't take your sister's little gray car. Obviously, we didn't just show up at your house randomly today, right? We know that you were in your mom's 2019 GMC Terrain. We know that you were over on Cork Street with Taylor. Your mom's car is right here at Cork and Old Cork. I don't remember that. You don't remember any of that? No. Okay.
Upon seeing the surveillance screenshots of his mom's SUV near the crime scene, Jeff suddenly closed himself off.
I'd like to speak to my lawyers. Okay. That's all right. It's absolutely fine. Yep. Okay. That's your right, man. So what's next? What's next? Yep. Well, you're gonna go to jail, and then this case will go before the prosecutor's office, and they'll decide what the appropriate charge is. Okay. Okay.
The next day, Jeff attended court via webcam through the peephole of his cell, where he was formally charged with Taylor's murder.
It is alleged that on or about May 20th, 2023, in Kalamazoo County, state of Michigan, that you did murder Taylor Dragovich. This crime is a felony. It is punishable by life in prison. Do you understand the maximum possible penalty?
Yes, I do.
In the subsequent investigation following Jeff's arrest, investigators found a GPS tracker on the bottom of Taylor's car. A fingerprint on this tracker was analyzed and confirmed that it belonged to Jeff. They also tested the red substance in Melissa's SUV and determined that it was, in fact, Taylor's blood. Her blood was also on Jeff's knife and all over his clothes. The police were never able to prove that Melissa knew what Jeff had used her vehicle for, so she never received any charges. In December of 2024, a year and a half after Taylor's death, Jeff pled guilty to second-degree murder.
How do you wish to now plead to a charge of murder in the second degree?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes.
Following this court hearing, local news questioned Cindy about how she felt about Jeff's horrific actions.
It's very hard. It makes me sick. I guess the best word is betrayal, because while he was never my favorite person in the world, Taylor chose him, so we accepted him into our family. We've been living a nightmare, so at least in January we can put this part of the nightmare behind us and just focus on healing and moving forward like I know she would want us to do.
In January of 2025, Jeff's sentencing hearing took place. Cindy and Morgan Dragovich had a lot to say during their impact statements.
You are a piece of garbage! And because of what you did to my sister, I can't trust people anymore. I had to see a therapist so I don't have to walk around feeling like a failure because I couldn't protect her from you. You were nothing but a scumbag. You don't deserve to live.
The PPO that she was granted did nothing to protect her, and he was free to lie in wait and fatally attack her when her defenses were down. I am as disgusted by the system that allowed this to happen as I am by the defendant's actions. Taylor deserved better.
In the end, Jeff Kucharski was sentenced to a minimum of 60 years in prison. He currently resides at the St. Louis Correctional Facility in St. Louis, Michigan, and his earliest release date is in the year 2083.
Everyone did what they were supposed to do, except law enforcement. I feel like I was failed. I feel like she was failed. I feel like our entire family, all of our friends, they were failed. I thought we relayed to them how afraid we were, but I that's not.
I was devastated. I am devastated. And I'm angry. I'm angry that this happened to such a beautiful person that had so much going for her. It's just a tragedy. In my saddest moments, it's like I can feel her hugs and I can hear her laughing. That's what I'm going to miss about her. And I miss those times when I struggle at work, and just simply being in her presence was enough to make me feel better. And I know a lot of people felt that way.
When I think of Taylor, the first thing that I think of is a smile that she always had on her face. She would light up the room when she came in, just in her interest in people and her positive attitude.
I miss her smile. I miss her laugh. That's the essence of her, yeah, just that big smile, and she had it on all the time.
I hope that they remember her. I know they were going to remember her for her beautiful smile and the presence that she had. That's how we're going to remember her. She's going to be missed. She is missed.
Oh my God, what a sad story. So sad. So he got 60 years. He won't be seeing or getting out until 2083. I think that is a very good amount of time. I understand why they didn't find any criminal I guess accessory with the mom, due to the fact that they really just can't confirm whether or not if she knew that he was going to go do that, and that's why she gave him her car, right? She probably just thought that he was probably going to the store, he was going to go hang out with his friends. And it's unfortunate because it seemed like he really was stalking her. Realizing now that he put a tracking on her vehicle, then you could tell how premeditated it was in his mind that he wanted to inflict this type of harm in her and for her to lose his life. And it's prayers to her, beautiful woman with a beautiful smile, had a lot going for herself. And, it seemed like she is truly, truly missed by her community, truly, truly missed by her coworkers and her brother. It hurt my heart to hear that her brother had to go to therapy because he feels like, that's my twin and I'm supposed to protect her. I'm the man of the house. I'm supposed to protect her, and I couldn't protect her from this guy. And even to hear, what the mom said was kind of like very, touching to me as well, because, she didn't really necessarily like him, but she accepted him because Taylor accepted him. And, and I guess they tried to be friendly and very communicative with him while he was in the relationship with their daughter. Obviously the relationship ended and they didn't really want anything bad to happen to him, but they did want to protect their daughter. And it's a lot, right? And I don't think people realize the decision that you make affects everyone. It just doesn't affect the person that you wanted it to affect. It affects whoever is important in that person's life, whoever leans on that person, supports that person, had high goals and expectation for that person. You affect everyone. And I hope people make better decisions going forward, because that could have been completely avoided. You threw your life away and you took someone else's life away, and you affected your family as well as her family and the community. It's very, very sad. All right, guys, I have one more case for you good folks. If I am not looking or answering your messages in the chat, it's not because I don't want to. It's because my chat on my side of my system has frozen. So I was trying to look at them on my phone so I can, answer back there, but my phone just died, right? Of course it would, right? So if I can't see your chat, I appreciate all the commentary that y'all putting out there. Make sure we're hitting the like button. It helps the channel. or you can hit the down button. It still helps the channel. Share this out to anyone who likes these immersive type of conversations where we discuss these type of cases. And if you have any cases that you would like me to review on this channel later on, go ahead and put it in the comment section at the end of this live stream. I will heart your comment and I will put it in my trusty book. I have a plethora of cases I need to go to. Shout out to my problem child. He's been dying for me to get to the case, and I know it's been almost a month and 2 months, and he's going to kill me. But trust me, problem child, I will get to it. I will definitely get to it, all right? So last but not least, and I'm going to let y'all good folks enjoy the rest of your Sunday because I have food to eat because I am starving. Food to eat. I have packing to do because I'm about to be out and going on. But yeah. Last case is about a serial killer. Okay, the serial killer is gonna realize he's never going home. I found it interesting when I first looked at it. It looked like he might have gotten away with this before. This is not the first incident that happened, and I just wanted to get a little bit more history about it. So we're going to review this together. Okay, let me go ahead and pull up my screen and we can get into it. All right, I hope you guys can see this, and let's go.
Back in 2020, police found the body of musician Scott Sessions lying on the side of the road, covered in snow. It appeared that someone had attempted to burn the corpse before leaving it at the bottom of a ditch. The cause of death was a sharp object pushed through the victim's neck. The police searched Scott's phone, and they found that he had been messaging a woman named Heather Frank. The messages indicated that the two were romantically involved. The very last message from Heather was her asking Scott if he would like to come over late Saturday night. This just happened to be the night Scott went missing. The police went to Heather's home to speak with her, but despite her car being in her driveway, she wasn't home. The police would investigate Heather's files, and they found that she had been a victim of domestic violence at the hands of her former boyfriend named Kevin Eastman. Kevin had an extensive criminal history, which included multiple assaults against Heather. One assault was so bad, Heather was hospitalized with broken ribs, and Kevin was sentenced to 2 years of probation. The police investigated Kevin's phone records, and they found that he had also been at Heather's apartment on the Saturday night that Scott had been there. The next morning, phone records showed that all three of them drove to where Scott's body would eventually be found. Investigators found video footage of Kevin's vehicle in the area, which confirmed their suspicions that he was disposing of Scott's body. 3 hours later, they see the same vehicle heading back home. The police were able to confirm that Heather had returned with Kevin after disposing of Scott's body. Heather's employer reported that she had gone to work and she seemed to be living her normal life. This led police to believe that Kevin and Heather had worked together to kill and dispose of Scott's body. Since the police were unable to find Heather and Kevin had an existing warrant for an unrelated crime, they decided to interview Kevin.
You got contacted today by Donnie Robbins and put in handcuffs and arrested and stuff like that, and it's the reason why you're here right now. And it's kind of because we found out that you have a warrant out of Denver for domestic violence. Were you aware of that?
No.
Okay.
No. The lady that I've been with went through hell and back, treating each other bad and good, and Heather.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I still love her with all my heart. I've been very abusive. We're abusive to each other, but I was physically abusive, and I know that was wrong. And I went to counseling and all of that. But so then I moved out in August, living on my own, and things were working really, really good between us, and I thought we were really going to make it. And then I got laid off, and then right before Christmas, she just gave me a call, and she said, "Hey, I don't ever want to see you or hear you again out of the blue."
From what I'm assuming that you just said last week, either Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, you went over to Heather's house?
Yeah.
Okay, and she had a date?
Yeah, she told me she had it. Because I said, "Are you busy? You want to get her kids?" I said, "You want to get the boys together? Let's go eat." She just told me no. She has a date. But she gave me $100 for my phone until my unemployment came through, because I was waiting on that. Yeah, I don't know. I pissed her off somehow, but she didn't throw me out.
Sure.
So that was good. But it just ruined everything.
Sure.
Yeah, I asked her.
Now, so far from what I'm getting from all of this, it seems like these two individuals, the male and the woman, are very toxic individuals. He's an abuser. She's a someone who has been abused numerous of times. And it seemed that now their relationship is on the basis of her luring men into dates and stuff, and he's unaliving these individuals due to his jealous nature. And then I guess whatever money or anything, and we haven't even gotten to the point where they have found that money was taken from him, like his wallet or something like that. But the messages are very clear that she was going on a date with someone, and he said that he knew that she was going on a date with someone. The video shows that they were in the same vehicle with each other, or he went to go pick her up or something like that, or maybe drop her off. It does seem like she was involved in it. Now we're going to have to find out, and this is what the detectives are trying to find out. They're trying to find out if she's what you would call, what's the word? A honeybee, right? I think that's the one of the terminologies that is used. A honeybee, like, is she supposed to lure the bees to the honey, right? In this situation, or did she do this out of duress? Meaning, did he threaten her, beat her up, or something like that, and told her that she has to lure these men in, or he's going to end up taking her life? This is what they're going to try to figure out going forward. But so far is not good. It's definitely not good. Yeah, let's go on.
Marry me. Yeah. Yeah, but I asked her to marry me. And she said, there's no way she can marry me. And so
How did that make you feel?
Deflated. Yeah, just like a worthless pile of shit.
No, you're not.
I was really hoping that it would have went different.
What would have went different?
That she would have let me come in and shower, and that it would have been like it used to be between us, you know.
Sure.
Because she's always a great. Well, when she's not mad, she's a great nurturer. Yeah, and like she loves to cook and she loves to feed me.
You really care about her.
Yeah, I just asked her to marry me. You know what I mean? Again.
And so when you showed up to her house the night that she had the date, how did that make you feel?
Dejected, maybe.
Angry?
No.
Frustrated?
Just disappointed, I guess. Yeah, I gave up being mad at her a long time ago because, like I said, it was no big deal for her to just say, hey, disappeared for 2-3 days.
Yeah.
She just said she had a date and she didn't want to see me that night, so go ahead and leave.
How long were you at the door for?
Kevin explains on the night Scott went missing, he did stop by to see Heather, but she told him she had a date, and she asked him to leave. Kevin claims he was only there for a few minutes, and he never entered Heather's home. The detective brings up the missing persons case involving Scott Sessions to see how much Kevin knows about Scott.
And I'm sure that you've probably heard or seen stuff in the news about somebody disappearing from Greeley. Do you know anything about that?
Is it a musician?
Is it a musician? Yeah,
Yeah.
He was a musician.
Yeah, Heather showed me that on her phone.
Sure, okay.
Yeah.
Did she tell you that she knew that person?
She said that she had seen him play, and she actually took the kids to see him play. Well, I remember she started crying.
And so why was she crying? What was she upset about?
Man, it's kind of for her to tell you guys. It's like real personal.
So I'm about to go on, and we're gonna finish listening to what he has to say. But I wanted you guys to just take notice of his body language. His body language is showing that he is not being honest, right? He's the reason why he sounds like he's sleepy and tiring. That's a subconscious in his mind because he needs to process things. So he's giving himself time to process what is being asked to him by the detective. So this is why he's yawning. It's not because he's actually tired. It's subconsciously he just has to give himself a break and be very mindful about what he expressed to the detectives, right? So this is all tactic that he's using. The whole leaning to the side and all of this is tactic with his body language. So just pay a little bit more attention to how he's moving, him with the yawning and things of that sort. You'll now know that he's trying to create space between the questions and when he gives the answer. All right.
I really felt sorry for her. But it didn't make sense because
I can feel that you're really conflicted over this.
well, I am. It's for her to tell you, but it probably really.
I think it would be easier for her to tell me if I knew already, and I could tell her that I already knew what happened.
Anyway, it came out that she had intimate relations with him.
Okay.
And that it wasn't mutually agreeable. That's kind of how she made it sound. I didn't believe that because she said she took the boys to go see him. And I said, well, why would it, if somebody did that to me, I wouldn't ever want to go to wherever they were at again. You know what I mean? I just want to.
All right, so the question is who didn't want it? Was it her? Was it him?
Well, okay, she told me that, she told him no, and he just kept going. And that her, and I feel bad speaking ill of the dead, right? That's not very polite.
Kevin makes his first mistake by saying he doesn't feel comfortable speaking ill of the dead. At this point, Scott is just a missing person, and no reports have been made claiming he is dead. The detectives decide not to bring attention to Kevin's mistake until later in the interview.
We saw your vehicle on the cameras at the Mishawaka Event Center on Highway 14 in the Poudre Canyon. Okay? Why don't you tell me about why you were driving up there? Okay. Why did Heather go with you up on Sunday the 9th up to Kalanoko Lodge to eat breakfast during a snowstorm?
Hey, Kevin, there's something else we know too.
Okay.
Saturday night.
Yeah, that was a big mistake. That was such a big mistake for him to make, to say, I don't want to speak ill of the dead, because now you're confirming something that they don't know and that they haven't reported to the news or anyone, that they actually found the missing person and they found the body, right? So that's really not a good look. And then the second thing was, when he was talking, he trying to say that he was already trying to talk ill of the dead. That's why I find the irony behind him saying that he doesn't want to speak ill of the dead, because you was actually speaking ill of the dead prior. You try to paint this guy out to be a rapist. You try to paint him out that he was forcing himself on this woman, and she didn't want to, and she didn't want it, and she notified you about it. And I guess that's another reason why she decided to lure him over there so y'all can deal with him. You see what I'm saying? Even in that, that's not good, right? There's nothing righteous of you luring someone to ambush them and they're expecting something completely different. So you're already letting them know that this was the intent. Remember what I said? You need intent, opportunity, and means to have a case. He just gave intent. If the intent was that this guy was a rapist and he's been forcing himself on the women that you love, that you have a toxic back and forth relationship with for years. And she called him and told him to come over and y'all was going to quote unquote handle this. That's not righteous, and you still don't have a right to unalive this person. You have a right to call the police. She had the right to call the police, but y'all both don't have the right to lure him somewhere where he can be ambushed in this particular type of way. So either way, how you slice it, he gave a lot of information that I don't really even think is still haven't registered him yet, that you confirmed something that you know about a killing, you know about his death. And also you gave him intent as into why you would even harm him or why the woman would harm him. But let's go on.
You, Heather, and Scott were all at Heather's house. We know that. Okay, so why don't you walk us through what happened? The three of you were at Heather's house for an extended period of time. We know that is fact. Okay, tell us about being there with Scott.
Yeah, we know that you were there.
I don't remember anything.
Here's the thing,
Dude named Scott.
You told us that you proposed to her. I mean, you feel very deeply for this woman, and you know that she had intimate relations with Scott. That's like not only sticking something in your chest, but it's twisting it too. The guy that you know, she has slept with.
That would be awkward.
That would be very awkward. Tell us what happened there. When you're with your person you proposed to a week later.
Right.
And Scott's there.
I don't even remember anybody.
Because you've already said Because you already said that you were there with him. Okay.
No,
about 2 minutes ago you said that.
I said I don't remember him being there when I was there. I was there at 4, and that's when I asked her if we could go to dinner, and if she'd lend me $100 against my phone.
We know that you were there between 6:30. Actually, the entire evening you were there.
We know that you were there all night.
We know that. We also know he was there the entire evening, and Heather was there the entire evening.
Earlier in this interrogation, Kevin made a mistake, and he referred to Scott as the dead, even though the police never reported that they had found his body. The detective will now tell Kevin there is no way he could have known Scott was dead, because that information has yet to be made public.
Where did we find Scott? You said that you didn't want to speak ill of the dead. I told you that he was a missing person. Okay, you said that you didn't want to speak ill of the dead.
Right.
We found him the next day up the Poudre Canyon in Pingree Park. Okay, we know that he was with you and Heather the night before at Heather's house. And then we found him on Monday in Pingree Park. We are telling you that we know that you and Heather on the 9th in a snowstorm drove up to Pingree Park.
It wasn't a snowstorm, guys.
I can show you the video.
It wasn't.
Okay, well, we're talking semantics.
It
was snow.
You were there.
Yeah,
Okay.
it wasn't.
So why did you guys go up to Pingree Park? What did you have to do up in Pingree Park?
I don't remember going to Pingree Park.
You and Heather took Scott up there.
I've never even seen this dude. You guys are calling Scott.
No.
I've never
No,
even seen him.
we're not talking that, okay? Kevin, we need to get past that. Okay? We have you in the house with him at the same time. Okay?
And I don't believe that either.
Kevin is noticeably uncomfortable as he does his best to think of an explanation for the evidence. The detectives continue talking to Kevin to keep his mind occupied, which will make it more difficult for him to come up with a lie.
Yeah, my guy is losing it. He is definitely losing it.
You were the chosen one.
He's definitely losing it.
You were the chosen one.
And see, this is why I said it's all tactic, right? His tactic as the suspect, he has to create silence. He has to create some form of pauses so he can start thinking about things clearly and phrasing it correctly that he feels is beneficial to him. The tactic for the detectives is to continue following on with these particular type of questions. And they will ask you the same question 5 different times or 7 different times or how many times they need, and see if you're going to give them the same answer or you're going to give them a different version of the answer. So these are tactics that we're seeing, but we can definitely tell that it's now having a mental toll on him. He's holding his head now. He's down with guilt. He's acting like he doesn't know who this individual is. He never met this person and all this stuff like that. But apparently you knew a lot about this guy because you was hearing it from the girl that you're in and out of relationships with and what she was dealing with him, right? So now he's like, oh crap. They're saying I got videos of me. They're going to say that I was around. They saw me, so he doesn't really know how to answer it. So the only thing that he can possibly do is put his head down and try to create that separation of questions being thrown at him because he knows that any more that he will say will be incriminating to him. So that's what he's doing. That's exactly what he's doing. Let's go on.
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember.
You're trying to hide from this. You remember.
No, I'm trying to remember. I have where I check out disassociation.
Because you got angry, you got upset, you were frustrated. You saw something that really, really, really bothered you about the contact between
I don't
Scott.
know why I have disassociation syndrome, but I've had it for years and years and years, and I lose big chunks of time sometimes. Sometimes I'll come out to my car, I'll wake up in my car. It'll be like 4 hours later, and there'll be like flip-flops. I never wear flip-flops. Brand new flip-flops from Walmart. I never shop at Walmart. You know what I mean? This is the type of stuff that, yeah, it's fucking maddening. You guys are sitting here telling me this stuff, and I honestly, God, don't fucking remember it.
I think you do.
You know why that disassociation that he tried to throw out there that now he has, and he doesn't remember when he bought things at Walmart, even though, he never went to Walmart. You know why that's not going to fly? Because having disassociation is not only with the things that you like, right? And the things that you don't like. It's pretty much with everything. If you actually had a issue or a health issue in regards of losing memory of certain things or forgetting things, right? Because there are triggers to you. Number one, that you should have got diagnosed. That should have some history of that. And number two, then how do you remember so clear as day what your girl told you in reference of the guy of the victim, right? How do you remember that? How do you even know how he looks? How did you know to not speak bad about the dead? Right? So that's why it's not going to fly. It's not something sporadic that comes when you see fit about what you want to remember and what you don't want to remember. People who really do suffer from that, they suffer from that for almost everything. Almost everything they're forgetting. That's not the case with you. You have already shown them that you have cognitive thought and that you have a decent memory of things, or you had a decent memory of why this guy wasn't seen or perceived as a good guy to you or to the lady because of the things that she told you. So it's not going to work. It's not going to work, but hey, you got to try anything these days, right?
Let's back up for a second. You're telling me that you can't remember what happened on the 8th, the 9th, the 10th, or the 11th. But you can tell me that you know that you remember her having contact with him back in January and about how they were going out on a date and how they had...
In January.
Let's listen to me. Pay attention to what I'm saying, okay? And that we've got her showing you the press release and that she was really upset about it. Okay? So let's get past that. We know that you have memory and that you remember stuff. Okay? This stuff about you not remembering, I'm not buying it, Ryan's not buying it. We know that you were there. You know that you were there, and you just want to tell us what happened. And I think that once you tell us what happened, you're going to feel a lot better about it.
The next big issue they have is where is Heather? She failed to show up for her shift at work, and the police confirm she wasn't home, despite her vehicle being there. What the detectives don't know but will soon find out is that Kevin has already made sure Heather could never be with another man.
Where's Heather?
What?
Where's Heather?
She's probably at work.
She's not at work.
She's
not home, and her car's home.
And we're at her house. Okay?
Run that by me again?
So I'm under the impression that he ended up taking Heather's life as well. This is why he will fall under the serial killer name or title category, because he did 2 killings within a certain amount of hours. You know, if he would have did one more, it would have been considered a killing spree. But yeah, so it seemed like he permanently, you know, kept Heather from not being able to go out on dates. And now I'm under the impression that the reason why she sent the message, she sent it under duress. She sent it by force. She sent it to protect her life. He wanted him there. He wanted to get rid of him. And then after getting rid of him, he wanted to get rid of her. That's what it seems like, which is very, very sad.
Where is Heather?
I thought she'd be at work.
She's not there. Okay?
And you're saying her car's at her house.
And she's not at her house.
Remember, she could be with Mike. I mean,
But you were there last night. You were at her house last night.
I was at her house yesterday afternoon. We spent the whole day together.
Did Heather do something?
Was Heather defending herself against this guy? You went over there. She freaked out. There was a mess. And being the devoted partner you are to her,
You helped her, didn't you?
you cleaned up Heather's mess.
It's okay.
Well, I know that I should love her a lot. And now you guys got me worried because she didn't go to work today.
Kevin, let's talk about this weekend. We're not talking about today. Okay? You guys went up to the Poudre Canyon. You went up to Pingree Park. You went up there to drop Scott off.
Did you help Heather take Scott up to the mountains and drop his body off? Because you didn't want her to get in trouble. Is that what happened? So if that's what happened, we can make sense of this. It has come to the point where you can't cover for her anymore.
She's got her kids and her job and her car and her place.
Her kids are grown. They can take care of themselves.
Oh, but yeah, they need their mom.
It's okay. They'll still have her mom. Okay?
You know what? You know what, Kevin? Just between the three of us here, Scott was not a good guy. Do you think he did something to Heather? Do you think she's the first one? Hell no. Scott was not a good guy. Heather to him was just another conquest. Nothing more than that.
Just another notch in his belt.
You, on the other hand, Heather, you're devoted to Heather.
You know what you showed Heather during all this? That she can rely on you. That you're dependable.
The detectives reveal Scott's criminal history, and they claim that he is a registered offender. This is a lie, but they are trying to get Kevin to believe that he did something good by killing Scott, and that the police have his back.
And it's time now.
I just try and show her what a real man is so she won't go do this stuff with other guys.
And how did you show her?
Situation.
How did you show her?
By working hard, by cleaning house, by loving her, by getting her flowers, by making her coffee in the morning. If I could remember, I'd tell you, man. I would.
No, you can remember, and I know that you can remember. Look at me, Kevin. Okay.
These are messages from Heather to Scott.
Oh, please.
No, it's not detailed. It's not detailed.
I don't want to hear any of it.
Kevin.
No, please.
Kevin,
She just asked him to come over. Okay?
these are the messages from Saturday night.
You're not the bad guy.
I don't want to hear it.
Okay, you're the victim here, Kevin.
No, I'm never a victim.
Okay?
Even when I'm a victim, I don't.
You don't want to see these texts, but it's between Heather and Scott.
Yeah.
She's saying come over. Okay? What I think happened is with these notes, Heather invited him over. Okay? We know she invited him over. Unless you invited him over, pretending to be Heather. But I don't think that happened. I think Heather did it. Heather put you in this position. We know all three of you were there all night.
Well, whatever happened had to be so bad, I blocked it out, guys. If you guys are saying I was there, I don't remember it. I blocked it out for some reason. It was some kind of trauma.
This is your opportunity, Kevin, to get your side of the story out. And I can't accept that that's your story, is that you can't remember.
You helped her clean it up. You helped him take the body up to Pingree Park and dump them in the snow and then light them on fire. You walked over to the dead tree and took branches off of a dead tree and piled branches on top of him. Just like you were burning stuff today.
If you guys are gonna lie to me, I'm trying to be as honest as I can with you guys. Did you guys?
Have we lied to you yet?
Just now.
But we haven't lied about anything else that's been going on in this entire conversation. Why would we lie to you now?
Well, I don't know. Right? But I know what I know. You know what I mean? I don't know nothing about this guy getting his body done. I don't know nothing about whatever happened between him and Heather at Heather's house when I wasn't there.
But you were there.
No, I wasn't. Man. I wasn't. I wish I could remember.
We know Scott was killed. We know he was killed at Heather's.
Really?
Kevin continues playing mind games with the detectives for almost an hour. The detectives realize they are just going in circles, so they decide to take a break and go over their next strategy. Before they leave, they ask Kevin if he would like something to eat. While Kevin eats his food, the detectives are made aware that Heather's body has been found.
I think that you probably need to take a break as well and kind of collect your thoughts. Do you want to keep talking or?
And lo and behold, he took Heather. He took her life. And yes, he's playing games. Yes, he's trying to play mind games. I wasn't there. You're lying to me. Like, dude, they don't have no reason to lie to you in that sense when they can confirm your vehicle at a certain spot, confirm the victim's vehicle at a certain spot, and also confirm that Heather was with you, right? There's no reason to lie. They already have the timeline when y'all were together in the house and when did you separate. Then they have the video of where y'all drove, where they found the person's body at, and where you drove back, and then you act like you was going to work and you was doing something else. They already have it. So for him to, to continue on, acting this way, it's because he still think that he's in control of the situation. Now that they found Heather's body, throw the book at him. Throw the book at him. Because now they can't even bring Heather in to say, hey, did you set this man up? And was you a part of this man losing their life? They're going to go over the same assumption that I did, that he put Heather in distress for her to contact this man that she was trying to date and see where things go with, for him to come over under the impression that they was going to have a nice date, probably get some nookie, and you victimized this man and killed this man in her home, and she had to sit there and watch. Then you made her go with you to dump this guy's body. And she thought that she was doing everything to protect herself. Survivor mode, do what he wants and he won't hurt me. But at this point, you have hurt him so much that you don't want to be with him, that he had to go to jail before for putting hands on you, right? That, he asked you to marry him twice and you turned him down, right? And then now you're out there trying to date other men. In his mind, he went through too much with you and he cannot see you with anyone else. So he needed to get rid of you. And for him, it's a win-win situation because he don't have to worry about you dating anyone because you're not allowed to date. And also the person that can snitch on him is also gone too. It's a win-win situation. Win-win situation. Sad though. Very sad.
Do you want to take a break and use the restroom? Do you need to?
I'd like to be able to use the restroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want some food? Do you want something to eat?
Yeah, a little snack would be okay.
Hey, sir. Brought you a burger and fries and a Coke. Just because you've been sitting here for a while. All right?
That's kind of you. Thank you, sir.
Oh, no problem. We'll catch you at the end of the day.
This is state of my body. Wow.
And just before we finish, Tekin, I said this before on this channel. If you haven't seen my other live streams for the bat, make sure you look up the other live stream for the bat. They're very strategic as into why they give you fast food. They give you fast food because there's a lot of grease on them fries and on them burgers. Guess what? Evidence, fingerprints. This is how they can get your fingerprints without actually asking you for your fingerprints. Let's go on.
Hey, Kevin. Hey. Sorry to leave you here for a second. Got to eat? You got something in your
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, a lot better.
Feeling a lot better? Good. We know some stuff. Okay, there's been some new developments. All right, and we are in here to talk to you to get the truth. Okay, and if we're going to continue to lie, if you're going to continue to lie, this conversation is going to be over with. Okay, we're only in here to talk to you about the truth. Do you understand that?
What's that?
I said, I've been praying hard, guys. I have. Yeah, I don't know the truth. My head's too scrambled. My brain's protecting itself and won't let me recall it. I know you don't believe me. I'm sorry, but
we're not talking about that anymore. Okay, right. We know that's not true.
Okay.
What time did you see Heather last night?
Whenever we got back from London, just right at 4.
Okay. And what happened from there?
We're taking in the groceries in her apartment, and she just got all freaked out.
Tell us why she was freaking out.
She didn't really tell me. She keeps a lot of shit to herself. I mean, she's a hard person to read.
How did you know that she was freaking out if she didn't tell you that she was freaking out?
I knew by the way that she was just mad and just the way that she acts. But I asked her, what's wrong? Let's talk about it. We can work through this. And she's just like, I can't even stand to look at you. I want you to leave.
Why couldn't she look at you?
I don't know. She tells me that a lot.
All right, we're kind of going around in circles, and you're telling us untruths. Okay, we've told you that you're lying to us. You know you're lying to us. We've given you so many opportunities.
I'm not. You guys have given me a lot of opportunities.
So you're telling me the last time you saw Heather was yesterday afternoon, and then you left her house by yourself. Is that right? Because that's what you just said a couple minutes ago.
Did you leave her house with her or without her?
I left without her to go get food.
Okay. I'm going to show you a video of a camera that's facing her house from last night. It says February 15th, 2020 at 5:17 p.m. and 20 seconds. Okay? And it goes to 5:18 and 10 seconds. Okay?
The detective shows Kevin proof that he left Heather's house with Heather in his car, despite his claims that he left alone. This proves that he was the last person to have seen Heather alive.
That's you and Heather walking out of the house. She's wearing a white coat. She's carrying some stuff and you're walking behind her. She gets in the front seat of your car. You put something in the back seat. You get in the car. She doesn't get out. No, hold on a second. We're watching this real quick, okay?
Well, I was just going to show
Hold on a second. No, we're watching this. Okay, that's your car. And you drive away. And you want to know what this tells us? What we know is that you drove away with Heather last night and she never returned to your house or to her house. And that we had a tracker on your car and we tracked you going out to the house out in Weld County, the farm where the barn is, where the burn pit is that you were tending to this morning.
Right.
Okay. And we found Heather. And Heather is in the same condition that Scott is.
At the beginning of this interrogation, Kevin admitted to working in his fire pit earlier that day, and he even smelled like smoke. Investigators found Heather's body under a pallet inside of the burn pit Kevin had been tending to earlier that day.
It's time to start talking. This is the time that you need to talk. If you're not going to tell us the truth, then this conversation is over.
Heather's dead. Okay, if you gave your word to Heather, that doesn't matter. She's no longer around.
Don't say that. You guys, that's mean of you guys to tell me shit like that. You're trying to make me talk, all right? That's not fair.
No.
It's not. I'm trying to be cool about it, man. That's punching below the belt, guys. Give me a second.
Kevin, breathe. Okay? Hey, Kevin, pick your head up and breathe, okay? In and out. In through your nose, and out through your mouth. Hey.
I don't know, it could have been an accident. I don't know.
Just so y'all know that's all performative, right? All performative. He's a psycho. All of that is fake. He's trying to make himself cry. He's trying to change his voice. He can't even do it correctly. He can't even change the tonage of his voice in reference of what happened to the man, him knowing the man, or even what happened to Heather. Nothing has changed. He is being performative as ever. So, I mean, he's definitely cooked, though. He's definitely cooked. They have too much evidence now, especially with Heather being found and her body being found in the burnt, the burnt pit area where they also found the other guy's body and that he was found being up there. The fact that he's in their interrogation room smelling like smoke and things that have been burnt. Yeah. Stick a fork in him.
No. Something definitely happened.
Kevin, look at me. Breathe, okay? You said earlier that you thought that this was an accident. Describe the accident to me. Tell me what the accident was. Kevin, you can say it.
Through his fake tears, Kevin spends the next 15 minutes running circles around the truth. He implies that Heather is the one who killed Scott, and that's all he knows. The detectives realize he is building a narrative where Heather killed Scott, and since she is dead, it will be harder to prove she wasn't the killer. They decide to move on to the previous night, when they believe Kevin killed Heather.
She gets in the car with you.
No, I left her there at the Dallas at 4:15.
So my corner boys and my corner girls are correct. He ended Heather's life prior to taking the guy's life. So you're correct. He did send those messages to those guys pretending to be Heather so the guy can come there so he can ambush him. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. All right. I love it. I love it. Got y'all thinking caps on. I'm digging it. Love it.
She told me to leave. I seen the video. You ain't gotta show me again. You ain't gotta show me again.
I'm gonna show you again.
What happened last night? We found the burn pit and we found what was in the burn pit. We found who was in the burn pit. Okay?
There wasn't nobody in the burn pit. I burned weeds this morning in household trash. And
Okay, we're gonna talk. Stop. Let's stop with the lies.
Was she just pushing your buttons?
She was freaking out and you got upset. You got scared. We have a problem here. Okay, and the problem is that we have Scott, who died at Heather's house back of last Saturday night, and that your car was seen going up Cooter Canyon to Pingree Park to dispose of his body and burn his body. Okay, and now last night we had a tracker on your car, and your car went out to the farm.
Because I told you she threw me out. So I went out there and I tried talking to Troy. And she said, yeah, whatever.
We've already told you that did not happen.
You're right, I didn't even go anywhere. I'm just saying I did to cover somebody's ass. Can I get a lawyer? I'm sorry, guys. Thank you. I'm sorry I let you down. My life's over no matter what, guys.
Kevin, you're under arrest. Okay, you're under arrest for the domestic violence warrant. We are going to change you out into jail clothing. Okay, we're going to take some photographs of you. Okay, and then we're going to put you in the jail clothing. Okay.
Yeah.
You have any questions about that?
No, you're very thorough. Thank you.
Well, I'm trying to be channel.
Yeah, you
know,
you guys are awesome.
Okay, well, I appreciate that.
Kevin was charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. As the police began looking into other unsolved murder cases in the area, they began to suspect that Kevin may have killed more than just 2 people, but unfortunately they were unable to gather enough evidence to prove this. As far as Heather and Scott, prosecution argued that after Kevin found out Heather was seeing another man, he went to her house and killed Scott. After threatening to kill her children, Kevin forced Heather to help him dispose of the body, and then he later would kill Heather. In the end, Kevin was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. It's still unclear if Heather was willingly involved in Scott's death, or if she was afraid of Kevin, so she did as she was told. What do you think? Please share your thoughts in the comments below.
So I think that my theory was correct. My theory was that he forced her to help him get rid of the guy. I'm glad he got life in prison. I mean, he should be on death row. I'm just saying. But, you know, it was very awkward being watching the interrogation for him. I'm not even gonna lie, it was very awkward with him because, you know, he was trying to make himself seem, you know, sympathetic to, you know, everything. He tried to harp on his relationship and how much he loved Heather. He tried to paint the guy as some rapist or whatever not, and he wasn't no rapist. He wasn't a rapist at all. He was just into the woman that you couldn't get over, and even though you try to force marriage down her throat, she didn't want to marry you because you was abusive, which made you go, you know, have probation for 2 years because you beat her and broke her ribs, right? You broke her ribs and stuff like that. You were just not a safe person to be with, and he could not fathom that. He couldn't accept that he has a problem with his anger and him not getting the way what he wants when he wants it. And this is what happened. This is exactly what played out. And I do believe that, like I said, she only helped him because he probably threatened her. He probably threatened her children. I truly believe that, you know, anybody in that type of situation, if they feel like if they're a goner anyway, they rather, you know, not have their family be inflicted into harm or be brung into it, especially if they're children. And these type of individuals, they always go after people that you love and you care and and you really want the best for. They know that those are your weak spots. Your loved ones are your weak spots. So that's always on the table when you're dealing with individuals like this who wants to coerce you or force you to do things that is wrong. That you will probably be held accountable, and it will be a fight in hell to fight in court that you was under that form of distress without it having like a knife in your hand or a gun being put to your temple, things of that sort. It's really hard to prove those cases where you can prove that someone really did force you to do something outside of those visual evidence of someone forcing you to do something, because we have so many cases today where so many individuals can just say someone do something and it never happened, and then later on, years later, after someone is in jail for such and such amount of years or doing time for something that they never did, later on the person want to come back and say, yeah, I did it because I was told to do it, I did it because I was paid to say this, I was paid to say that, or I did it because I was angry, I did it. We always hear the excuses as to why they did a horrible act against someone and made someone falsely stay in jail for something that they didn't do. And then eventually jail life is not life outside. That person changed. It's a whole different world in jail, in prison. And now they start actually committing crimes that they had never had done before because of the environment that they're in. And we just see the cycle continues to happen. The cycle just keeps on going and going. But yeah, it's sad. I mean, like I said, I feel sad that she lost her life. I feel sad that the man lost his life, and I'm glad he got life in prison because he's one scary son of a gun. I'm sorry. He looked very, very scary to me, even his behavior. All right, guys. So that's all the cases that I have for you good folks today. I hope that you definitely enjoy them. Like I said, I'm going to be packing. Like, my side hurt. I'm about to go eat. But my side hurt so bad. It was abs day the other day, and I'm feeling like the aftermath of working the abs, so it kind of hurts. But anyway, I will be back next week. I'm going to be back next week, probably Saturday or Sunday. I'll send out the notifications when I'm going to do it. I'm going to be packing. I'm going to be away for a couple of days, so don't look for me. And I hope everyone have a great, great rest of your Sunday. Okay. I truly do appreciate everybody was able to come and rock out with me for as long as possible. Shout out to anyone who participated financially. If I didn't say your name out, like Gregory Jacobs, thank you so much for sending in your jewels. I truly appreciate it. Like I said, my chat, it stopped working, and then my phone died. So I just got my phone back up and running so I can look and review the chat, but I'll have everything all squared away the next time I go live. And yeah, I'm thankful, I'm happy, and let's go. All right. I'll talk to you later, everyone. Thanks again, as always. Bye-bye.